Friend.001 listeners, glad to have you with me today. We are ready to rock and roll. I'll be back in just a second. Going to start off with Arty's Corporate Fiction's Simp is Not a Simp intro tune. I actually really like this song. So we'll get it rolling on that. And this one's all about Arty. We're going to talk about Decastro, but this broadcast dedicated to Arty's Corporate Fiction. Gotta love the guy. Big share with the rest of the community in disseminating the raw body cam footage. You're a good man, Arty. Thank you very much. I picked up a lot of views thanks to the content you let the rest of the community share. And we have a coded friend over the last week or two. Picked up a few new subscribers, so I'm going to ask the old school listeners to be nice to the new incomers, absorb them into our community. We have a rare thing going on here that doesn't go on most places. There's no real trolling here. There's no real bullshit in our chat room. Let's try to keep that rolling and keep that that culture of respect in our chat room. And we'll go out into the world and look for simps like Decastro to make fun of. Let's be nice to each other when we're here. So no more delay. Let's go. I'll be right back after this.
A simp, not a simp. A simp, not a simp. A simp, not a simp. We eat so many shrimp. I got iodine partners.
My bitch a choosy lover, never fuck without a rubber. Never in the sheets like it on top of the cover. Money on the dresser, drive a compressor. Top notch hoes, get the most, not the lesser. Trash like the fuck for $40 in the club. Fucking up the game, bitch, it gets no love. She be cross country, giving all that she got. 1,000 a pop, I'm pulling business off the lot. I smashed up the gray one, bought me a red. Every time we hit the parking lot, we turn head. Some hoes wanna choose, but them bitches too scary. Your bitch chose me, you ain't a pimp, you a fairy.
A simp, not a simp. A simp, not a simp. A simp, not a simp. We eat so many shrimp. I got iodine partners.
Baby, you been rolling solo, time to get down with the team. The grass is greener on that other side, if you know what I mean. I show you shit you never seen, the 7 wonders of the world. And I can make you the 8 if you wanna be my girl. I say my girl, I don't mean my woman, that ain't my style. Need a real street stalker off a green mile. You piling up the paper on the dining room table, cause you able to realize I'm the truth and not a fable. Baby, rockin' Russian sable, keep that chiller on the rack. What I look like with some $1,000 shit up on my back. I'm $1 million man, they need $1 billion bitch. Put my pimpin' in your life, watch your daddy get rich. Easy as ABC, simple as 1, 2, 3. Get down with UGK, Pimp CBU with B. Cause what's a hoe with no pimp, and what's a pimp with no hoe? Don't be a lame, you know the game and how it goes. We try to get toes.
A simp, not a simp. A simp, not a simp. A simp, not a simp. We eat so many shrimp. I got iodine partners.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? It is Arty of Arty's Corporate Fiction. Happy Friday to you all. We have a special episode for you tonight. The latest body cam footage of Chili Decastro's Las Vegas arrest has been released.
Arty's Corporate Fiction. Thank you, my man. Appreciate the kindness toward the community and the general attitude of sharing. You're a good fucking man, Arty. I appreciate that shit a lot. What do we got going on? Let's check out the chat room and see who's with us so I can say hi to everybody. I've been busy at work for a while. Walter, Texas is with us. Hello, Walter. First to post in the room. Delete Funds is with us with the first NTFG of the day. Thank you, Delete Funds. Walter, Texas is driving home from the Mexican border and listening in to us. Puto Gata. Rebel at Heart's with us. says hi to coded friend.001. Cheers, and an NTFG. Delete Lips is here with a woohoo NTFG. Fraudit Wrangler's with us. How you doing, Fraudit Wrangler? Been catching some of your broadcasts. I like your content. Anyone who's here, if you're not aware of Fraudit Wrangler, he is in the chat room, FRAUDITWRANGLER. Hit his YouTube channel, see what he's got. If you like him, give him a subscribe. Flo B's with us. Flo says hi to Walter, Texas. Tells him to be safe. Flo B's always worried about everybody. Flo B, did you go into the hospital yet? Did you get your thing, your procedure taken care of? I hope everything's going well with it. Walter, Texas says maybe I should have recorded the customs officers that the inspection station as I was headed northbound a little while ago. Yeah, you should one time when you're down there. Fraudit Wrangler says hello to Walter, Texas. He wants to know, Fraudit Wrangler wants Walter, Texas to let him know how he enjoyed last night's streams and if they were a dumpster fire. And Walter, Texas says he enjoyed them. Walter is driving, so he apologizes. He can't really read and type, and he knows he shouldn't be doing that. He says he'll see us later. He's listening in. Yeah, don't be dumb like Decastro. Keep that phone down. Christine Nolan's with us. She says hi to Coded and hi to everyone else. G is here, says howdy. Miss Ellie's here. Apparently there's a part 2 for Audit Wrangler. Says if you enjoyed last night's multi-channel live streams dumpster fires, there will be a part 2 tonight at 8 p.m. Central on the lovely Frauditor Reapers channel. Debate between I'm Me and Upstat. I got to go to work tonight. If I wasn't, I would do a live stream and join the dumpster fire with you. W124 Mercedes is with us, says hello, coded friend, asks how I'm doing. I'm doing pretty good. I'm definitely overworked. I'm overpaid. You know, that's a fucking complaint. That's a real complaint. I'm overpaid. And my boss is so good to me sometimes that I'm like, you know, I kind of feel guilty about taking the fucking money. Like that generous. And I'm used to, you know, big bonuses and shit because I worked on fucking Wall Street. I got a bonus check one year for no shit, just to shake under $200,000 at Christmas. It was pretty fucking amazing. But my boss now, I mean, I generate a lot of fucking income for the company, and I've been around for 10 years. But like when I had my car accident, I was out of work for about 8 weeks before I went back to work. And then, you know, for a year, I was fucking limping. You know, I was barely a 10-hour shift standing with 2 fractures in my hip, not fully healed, was, difficult on me and difficult on the people around me, because in the beginning I was in a lot of pain. I wasn't the most enjoyable cat to fucking be around. But while I was 8 weeks I was off, I think my boss paid me a little over $1,000 a week, and I wasn't even at fucking work, which was pretty generous of him. So I'm thankful to God for the kind and generous people he has put in my path as I walk through life. And, you know, I appreciate every last bit of it. Purple Rains here says hello. Coded for Fraudit Wrangler gives me a 5x5. Thank you for that, sir. Delete Lips says best channel on the YouTubes. I hope you're right about that. We'll see. Time will tell. Time will tell. Tanny Supernova, I keep saying Supernova. I don't fucking know why. Tanny Super Necessary BS Detector says hello. Part of that shit, wrong word shit, and I apologize for it, is after the car accident I had 2 years ago, a little about 2 years, 3, 4 months ago. I have dyslexia. I've had it since I was a kid. You know, they didn't do anything to help you with it when I was in school. So I just kind of learned how to deal with it. After my car accident, my dyslexia has gotten a little worse, but it's kind of goofy and I can make a joke out of it. So it's pretty funny. And I sound like Bob Dylan or Yoda every once in a while by speaking phraseology backward, which, you know, I would prefer not to sound like, but that's the way it is. My dyslexia has gotten a little worse since my car accident. And I have an issue with word associations. Like some words, I like Tanny super necessary BS detector. For some reason, supernova comes out right after for some fucking reason. So there's something not wired properly. There's a loose wire after my car accident. I'm figuring it out. It's another fun little game God let me play in life. I'm going to pause for a moment. You're going to have a little bit of dead silence. I will be right back. Sorry about that. I'm with you again. And I did one more thing. Sorry. A little floundering on the start, but I think I've got everything I need. I left I am not in my home state at the moment. I am out of town this week, and I am in a place where marijuana is legal. So I picked up a nice Dab Woods pen, and I didn't realize they were flavored when I picked it up. So I have marijuana that tastes a little bit like cereal milk. And I can't wait till this pen runs out. So I'll probably wind up throwing it away before it's finished when I leave this state, but that's okay. So we got Tanny Super Necessary BS Detector, 124 Mercedes, Christine Nolan, Fraud Wrangler, Flo B, Dick and Cider. I'd prefer cider and donuts, but if you like Dick with your cider, hey, who am I to fucking say you can't have it? Ms. Bird Hunter is with us. Hello, Ms. Bird Hunter. Flo B says no further issues and thanks for asking. Flo B, that's a lot of shamrocks in your post there. Are you Irish, Flo B? Maybe that's why we get along good. I hope you're Irish. I hope everybody's got a little bit of Irish in them. And for those of us who grew up in Irish households, you know, we get to pay for our own therapy. Alan Killian's with us. Ms. Bird Hunter says, coded friend, hello to you. Emailed some pictures of my hunting dogs. I saw that dog pics came in from you, and I didn't get a chance to look at them. But I'm going to put all I got pictures from a couple of people, and I'm going to put all that together and maybe incorporate it with my intro to tomorrow. Alan Killian, as always, is in San Mateo, California. Yo-Yo Max 12, the diet free zone. Love your Chilito content. Your voice and accent is nice to listen to. Yo-Yo Max 12, thank you much. To be honest with you, I hate my voice. I don't really. I've said it a couple times. I don't really like it. I love that other people like it. We don't hear our own voice the way other people hear it. I discovered this back when I started reading texts, professional manuals for training when I was a broker. You hear your voice inside your head. People hear your voice outside your head. So the first time you hear your voice recorded, and I'm not talking like a, like a film clip or, like a TikTok clip or something like that. You read 20 minutes worth of material and you listen to your own voice, you will think that you're listening to somebody else read the first time. So it took me a while to get adjusted to my own voice because I don't hear what comes back in the recording. And I've never really been a fan of my voice, so I'm happy when people say it's good. Delete Funds says, I have arrived. Tanny Super Necessary BS Detector, despite my inability to say her name properly, apparently still loves me. I'm glad for that. Nick Volt is here. Flow B, Fraud at Wrangler, Flow B, Delete Funds, Nick Volt. I am caught up. Christine Nolan says she is very proud of her Irish blood as well. We're like really the only country in the world that never conquered another country. We never had colonies, well, at least in the Western world. And we can brag about this claim to fame, the Irish. We are the first slaves to come to America, the Irish. 50,000 indentured servants, males, rounded up, imprisoned, shipped to America without their families. 50,000 men, political dissidents, first slaves to come to America. We fought during the Irish potato famine, when the Irish were getting the fuck out of Ireland because there was no food to eat in Ireland. There was plenty of food in Ireland, but not enough food to eat because the harvest of wheat had been forward sold into the market. So the money was already collected for it. So the food couldn't stay. It had to go. That's when we became the people of the potato. Thank God for that fucking potato. And the Cree Indians, I believe it was the Cree, it could have been the Crow, who to this day are still celebrated in Ireland once a year because of the amount of relief goods the American Indians sent to Ireland to help the starving people. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. We're a nation rich in wild heritage, and positive contributions to society. We've never, as a nation, the Irish have never enslaved another nation or another people. We don't conquer. We don't do any of that. People have come and tried to conquer us, the Anglos, the Saxons. Fuck all. Once they got there, they conquered, but they stopped being Anglos and Saxons and started being Irishmen. We are the Irish. We don't change. We help other people become Irish, which is a good thing. So now that I've bored all the non-Irish people, there are other cultures that are a lot of good positives, but Ireland will always have my heart. The Irish people will always have my heart. I'm anchored with the Irish. I love the Irish. Someday, before I die, through a cousin, I will buy an acre or two in Ireland, and I'll be there a few weeks out of every year because I want my half American, half Filipino son to know all about Ireland and the great contributions the Irish people have made to the world in general. We're sarcastic, we're dark humored, and we'll laugh at fucking anything, especially the shit that you're not supposed to laugh at, which is my favorite stuff to laugh at. So Miss Ellie says she's been told she sounds like Taya Leone. She says she doesn't hear it either. Yeah, because you don't really hear your own voice. You hear it inside your skull where everybody else hears it outside. Christine Nolan says, except St. Patrick's Day. Excuse me. We stay home on that day. My two favorite days. I've talked about this before. My two favorite days to stay home: New Year's Eve, because every rank amateur drinker has had at least one too many in them before 9 o'clock, so it's a good day to stay home. And my other favorite day to stay home is St. Patrick's Day. I mean, I love my Italian brothers and sisters, my extra nonas, my papas. I grew up around Italian kids, a lot of Italian kids. I love the Italian culture. There's a lot about Italy I like. The one thing I don't like about the Italians is when they talk with that fucking Lucky Charms accent on St. Patrick's Day after they've had a little too much to drink. So being a brawler and, you know, willing to fight for no fucking particular reason, I tend to stay home on St. Patrick's Day. Then my Italian friends don't get on my nerves. So we got plenty of Decastro to cover today. What would we like to take a look at? I think that I would like to take a peek at. Chili put a new one or two new videos out today. They're kind of lame, but I mean, he is a dumb fucking bastard, so the hilarity will ensue. He's got the one about the governor. He's got one about Terry stops, which he just proves he doesn't really know much about fucking Terry stops. Let's see what we got here. Oh, and by the way, that Simp's Not a Simp song that Arty's usual lead in, sometimes he uses other stuff. That's a great fucking tune. I don't know if he mixed that up himself or if he got it somewhere, but it's pretty fucking good. So let's take a peek. Oh, the other thing too is, let me double check that right now. Arty put out the 4th video, Sandoval's body cam, a couple hours before I released it, not too long. And he's got Arty's Corporate Fiction has. Get to it. So the part 4 has 1,758 views at Arty's Corporate Fiction. I think we're outpacing him just a little bit. The only change I made to the video, timelines preserved, all that stuff, nothing's been edited out. I simply amped up the volume track so that the interactions between Chili and the officer are a little easier heard. It does amplify the wind noise, but the wind noise was already blocking out what was being said. So there's no real loss of listenable material there. So, and I think simply because of the amplification, I'm looking at 3,000 views. Arty's release is about 4 hours older than mine. So I'm looking at 3,129 views on Arty's material, and Arty only got like half that, a little more than half that. So, you know, again, a lot of thanks to Arty for the generosity. rare these days. Our community seems to be pretty good about it. I like that. So let me get a video to pull up here. I can't believe I didn't download that. Oh, let's give a cold, clammy single clap, kind of like this. That's about all it deserves. Lauren De Laguna has passed the Florida State Bar exam. I can't think of a better fucking state for that fucking lunatic, weirdo, turtle boy simp to fucking be working in than Florida. So the state of Florida can now thank the academic system, law schools, and the bar exam for enabling Lauren De Laguna to practice law in the state of Florida, enabling many more Floridians to receive substandard legal representation and legal advice. In my opinion, Lauren De Laguna is dumb as a fucking box of rocks. I would not want that fucking... When Lauren De Laguna starts talking, all I can think about, because of those fucking horse teeth she has and the way she's so not confident with what she's saying, all I can think about is the lawyer from My Cousin Vinny. The lawyer that the kid hires to represent himself because he's not confident in Joe Pesci's legal advice. But she completely reminds me of the second lawyer who, you know, seems all proper and fucking smart and shit, and then gets on the stand and he's a spitting, stuttering mess. I can't wait to see Lauren De Laguna in court. I think the hilarity of Lauren De Laguna in court might be, definitely has potential to be on par with the Chili Decastro fucking nonsense. They both seem to be the same kind of stupid, Lauren and Chili. And they both have that I'm better than everybody else aura persona around them. Zach and Butch. Butch is a friendly pit bull. Zach, a human being. At least I'm assuming that's the way it is. You didn't miss much, just rambling about, saying thanks and talking in general. Rebel at Heart. It's not Florida. Is it Florida? I thought it was Florida. She failed in New Mexico. She failed the first time in New Mexico, and then she failed New Mexico or Nevada. The first time she took the test, she failed. The second time she took the test, she passed with pretty high marks, like didn't miss many questions. She had also left the facility during the lunch break, which you're not allowed to do. And while she left the facility, she admitted that she accessed her cell phone, which you're not allowed to do during the test taking. So, you know, her test was, even though the grade was stellar passing, which she bragged about, she's not able to practice law in New Mexico or Nevada, wherever it is. Christine Nolan says she failed cheating. Yeah, that's, you know, kind of what it looks like. Hello, baby. Yeah, she left the facility during the lunch break, Rebel. And then she admitted she accessed her phone during the lunch break, which you're not allowed to do. So at least that's the way I recall it. Hello, baby says, oh, Lauren De La Cheater. Daddy's money can only get you so far in the world. I don't give a fuck who you are. I don't care if you're a Rockefeller, a Carnegie. Daddy's money can only get you so far in the world. And daddy's money can't make you fucking smarter. You have to do that on your own by studying. And daddy, you know, daddy cares and blah, blah, blah. But daddy ain't doing you no favors paying to fix your fucking messes. Once you pass 21, I mean, for me and my generation, it literally was 16. Once you were older than 16, you were still in high school and shit. But if you wanted to buy new sneakers or something, you better get the fuck out there and get a job, because my daddy wasn't fixing shit for me. He had money to do it. He could have done it. I probably wished he would have fixed my fucking problems, but he left my problems to me. And I'm glad he did, because they weren't his problems. They were my problems. And I learned how to fix the fucking things. And I got a job and got my own money so I could get my own fucking sneakers. Yeah, she has to pass the ethics part, Rebel at Heart says. And Rebel, do you think that's going to be a little difficult when she is questioned about what happened when she was taking the New Mexico or Nevada bar exam, whichever one that one was? I mean, she's not, as we say, in like Flint. She got some fucking explaining to do. Timo Kusela says, well, if DeLuna wants to ever participate in a job, if law practice requires good rep to, yeah, I mean, she's not someone I would pick to fucking represent me, especially if I saw her, her interview stuff and her live performance versus, sitting in an office and doing. This is what lawyers have a real fucking talent in. Lawyers have a real fucking talent in telling you what you want to hear. It's the problem with the lawyer industry. Before the check comes in, you are the most egregiously wronged person alive. Once the fucking retaining fee is down, things start to, I didn't realize this is more difficult. And then it becomes a billable hours routine. I worked in a law firm. I know lawyers. I like lawyers. So there are a lot of lawyers I like. But there are a lot of lawyers that are shitty people that just bill. They're only there to bill for hours. Read a fucking email. You owe $75. Fucking, I want that job. I would just want to read emails for a lawyer all day and write summaries. We'll see what happens. Delete Lips says if she's a public defender, then they're getting what they paid for. Absolutely. I'll guarantee she has to go the public defender route. I mean, with her background, and with the people she's associated herself with, I think she's going to have a difficult time getting herself placed in a reputable law firm. That's just my opinion. All right, so let me chat for a couple seconds here. I thought I had shit downloaded and I don't. So let's go with, we can look at the governor stuff. Lauren did some episode recently called Law and Order. It's so look, the name itself. When you're ripping off Law and Order and you do Law and Order, through the fucking looking glass, Lauren, you're not law or order. But what I've seen of you, you're an apologist for Chili Decastro. You're an apologist for Chili Decastro, which you were setting up to do because you wanted to help Turtle Boy use Chili Decastro to harass Kate. So that's the kind of shit you do, Lauren. It's shitty kind of shit. Work up front if you're going to work and be honest about it. Don't be a backstabber. Don't be a fucking backstabber and use people. Because that shit come back, kick you in the fucking ass hard. Hello, Baby says Lauren Order is a bad pun. Hello, Baby. It's beyond a fucking bad pun. Yeah, Chili for governor. Who said that in the chat room? Christine Nolan. Chili for governor is fucking hilarious. He doesn't have the money, one, to, finance a campaign, nor does his coke-addled friend, Jeff Lloyd, who Chili was bragging about the broadcast today. Jeff Lloyd picked up Chili, dusted him off, gave him money, got him on the start with Delete Laws, and now Delete Laws is Jeff Lloyd's little bitch boy. Go out and get yourself arrested, Chili, like Jeff told you to do. Quit fucking chickening out. Jeff Lloyd apparently is the financier of Chili Decastro's attempt to go out and get himself involved in a slip and fall style altercation with the police and sue for millions. That's what Jeff Lloyd's financing. And you can tell when Chili's out there doing the audits that he's completely uncomfortable and he doesn't want to be there. But when old Jeff Lloyd's got his hook in you because you owe the Coke man money, Chili, you owe the Coke man money. I guess you got to do what you're told. The simp's got a simp, right? And if Jeff Lloyd says get out there and get your ass arrested, you get out there and you at least half-ass try to do it. Because even when you got arrested for the obvious, you were still fucking shocked and surprised by it. Amazing. Oh, okay. Here we go. I do have them. Nice. So we have Delete Laws is a big meanie. We have Here We Go, which is a shorter clip. And we have You Say There Are Good Cops. I Say No, You're Wrong. Okay, one in the chat if you want to watch Delete Laws is a big meanie. 2 in the chat if you want to watch Here We Go. 3 in the chat if you say There Are Good Cops. I will wait for a moment to see if any votes come in. Someone said, Mercedes said, Chilito is Jeff Lloyd's peg toy. Oh, we got some 2s. We got a 1. 3 but 2. Timo Casella. 2, 3. Only 1 so far. Flo B's leaving it up to me. That doesn't make it easy for me. Hello, baby. 3 but 2. I don't know what that means. 3 but 2. Christine Nolan forgot the choices. I forgot them too. Let's go through them again. Put a 1 in the chat if you want. Delete Laws is a big meanie. 2 is the Here We Go. And 3 will be You Say There Are Good Cops. I Say They're All Bad. Delete Funds has announced that she, Delete Funds? Delete Lips is a she. Delete Funds is a he. This whole pronoun thing's got me so confused. Delete Fund says, I'm running for governor of Uranus. So we got some 2s piling in. Tanny not making it easy with a 1, 2, 3. 2 or 3. Let's go at number 3. Let's go at 3 and then we'll come back to 2 if we still have time. You Say There Are Good Cops. Chili says there are not. Let's take a peek at this one. This one actually came out today, I believe. Chili's blow-up doll wants a number 3. Number 3 you're getting, bro. You getting number 3. Chili's blow-up doll is with us. We're always happy to have Chili's blow-up doll with us. While Chili's blow-up doll is in the room, please put all sharp objects in your pockets. And do not make wild motions. Okay. Scott Amo says in Chili is a meanie. He goes an especially nutty stream of consciousness. He fucking does, actually. The last few videos, he's just beyond weird. Chili's blow-up doll is blushing. Just keep the sharp objects away from Chili's blow-up doll. And hey, drop $1 in the lube fund. You know, help keep things gliding. All right, one more time, real quick. Respond fast. I'm not going to wait long. 1, vote one more time. 1 is delete laws is a big meanie. 2 is here we go. 3 is you say cops are good. I say cops are bad. Three. We got 1. 3. 1, 3. All right, 3 it is. We're going to start with number 3. You say there are good cops. Chili says, I say, no, you're wrong. Here's why.
Is going on with the Playboy? What's going on? I was talking to someone yesterday about how must just kill all the good cops.
There's a lot of like really weird jump cuts in this stuff.
To see the bad cops treat people so horrifically bad.
Okay, this is a pretty standard tactic with Chili. I'm glad he said that. I was going to point it out. You can see it in the videos in his latest arrest. Chili will always try to single out an individual. There were 5 cops in the Vegas arrest. Chili is buttering up Sorensen and talking shit to Doolittle. Sandoval's body cam is recording. So Doolittle is the one that's holding Chili in the crook of the elbow to stabilize him so he doesn't fall over. You know, because they're afraid that he's all fucked up on drugs, which he looks like. And, you know, having watched Chili for a year, he's probably all fucked up on drugs. You know, that's the way he is. White lips, dilated pupils. You know, it's fucking Chili thinks he's smarter than everyone. And then he runs across a group of cops, Vegas cops. They're Vegas cops, man. They see a lot of people on fucking drugs all the fucking time. They spot this shit really fast. And lo and behold, Chili ambles up on the scene, and the cops are immediately crackhead fucking weirdo. They're immediately, the single cop alone, immediately crackhead weirdo. Everybody else who responded, crackhead weirdo. So, you know, Chili, when everybody around you is saying you're a fucking crackhead weirdo, you might want to take stock in the fact that whether you are doing drugs or not, you're projecting to the outside world a message that says crackhead fucking weirdo. You might want to work on your optics a little bit. I hate that fucking word. But Chili Decastro, more than anyone I've ever seen, you need to fucking work on your optics, and because what you're trying to communicate is not what people are walking away with. I mean, you're Chili, you're a serious journalist / activist, not an auditor, cop watcher. You do a lot of talking for a fucking watcher. You really need to work on the what you're projecting out to the general public, because it's not what you think you're projecting. And stop relying on fucking lunatic crackheads and people with drug problems and money issues to tell you, you know, how you appear to the public, because they just telling you what you fucking want to hear because they want $5 for another fucking crack rock. Crack rock. Ruining America. Chili Decastro and the cocaine cuckolds. Chili Decastro and the cocaine cuckolds. Because the guy with the money is Jeff Lloyd. Everybody around is a fucking cuckold. Chili's a cocaine cuckold. Zayner, cocaine cuckold. I would go as far to say David Condon is a cocaine cuckold. He may have some wealth, but he's still a fucking cocaine cuckold. These are all the fucking little hangers-oners that, you know, hang around the fucking guy with the coke. And, you know, Chili's role, probably since he left Alaska, because he got rejected on a police application, hypothetically, allegedly. Chili's role when he got to Hollywood, not knowing anyone, was to, stand next to a guy who was successful or wealthy and act like the guy's fucking dog. It's not a talent or a skill you can really put on a resume. I have it. I do it for my boss. I chase a lot of fucking people away. We're open, we're friendly. We're all about the dialogue, the conversation, because we're greeting people before they go into clubs, sometimes large groups of people, sometimes small groups of people, public events, private events. But you want to get off first impression. You want to get off on the right foot. You want to make sure when you pass people along to the next person who's going to help them or assist them that they've had a positive experience with you. You're not doing any of that, Shelley. You're not doing any of that. So having that good first impression, that first positive experience is really important. But there are nights and there are tasks during the evening when we're working that cannot be interfered with, especially the transference of money. We deal with a lot of fucking cash. I don't know how I wound up with this spot, but I have this spot. I am the last guy before you get to my boss when there's money being moved. You don't get near my fucking boss. I don't carry a gun. I don't carry a knife. I don't carry pepper spray. I don't carry a fucking weapon of any kind. I've been doing this part of the job. I'm in my 11th year. I've been doing this part of the job for 6 or 7 years. You don't fucking get near my boss. There are a multitude of ways to do this. It's like a football. When you're, a running back breaks and you're on the opposite side of the field in the backfield, you have to draw a cutoff angle on that dude. And you got to get to him before he gets to the goal line. That's the same thing I do at work. Just cut people off, run interference, turn people around, get them walking the other way. Just keep that fucking safe zone around my boss. And I know how to do the fucking crazy. I know how to just fucking bark and, no, you can't fucking come here. Go away. Don't make me get more guys. Come on, you gotta go. So, I know how to do the bark and keep people away, but that's not something you want to do on a daily basis as a fucking career. And I think for a long time, that's, why Jeff Lloyd is sympathetic to Chili Decastro, because Chili was Jeff's fucking pit bull in his younger days. And I'm sure Chili put his hands on people. I'm sure Chili threatened people. And, I'm definitely going to say this. I am 100% certain that jobless Chili Decastro has spent, I'm certain of it. This is my opinion from what I see. I have facts. It's hard to lay them out coherently if you haven't been, watching Chili for the last year on a regular basis. I'm 100% certain that, and I'm, this is my opinion. It's not a truth. It's my opinion. I think the GHB stuff, I think Chili was using that for a while. Probably started using it while it was legal. The reason Chili's not smart enough to manufacture GHB, right? There were 5 people arrested that day. Chili easily the dumbest of the 5. Chili not the fucking guy that's doing the fucking chemistry and shit. Chili's a fucking guard dog. That's all it is. Chili was just that. He's that wiry. Here's what Chili is. When you have 4 or 5 guys in a group, Chili is the outermost dog. He's on the outside perimeter. Why is Chili on the outside perimeter? Because he is a wiry little fuck. He's not that physically imposing. But as we can all see from the recent audits, he is a yappy, loudmouth, fucking barking bitch dog. That's what he is. So you put him out on the furthest perimeter, and he's your fucking noisemaker. He's your noisemaker. Because Chili gets into it with everybody. So if anybody's around, you can fucking hear Chili interacting with them. Chili's out. Chili's the first line of contact, because you don't put Chili in the back layers, because he's not a fucking tough guy. He's just a talker. So you put him all the way on the outer perimeter, and then you hear when he starts yipping. Because all Chili's yipping shit is to alert the other dogs that there's a dog here, and I'm Chili Chihuahua, and I'm fucking scared now. Bark, bark, bark. I need more dogs. That's who Chili is. And I think that his involvement with the GHB shit, I think these guys, and I don't think it's Chili alone. I think it's more than one. I think that Zayner's involved in this, and this shit coalesces from time to time, and they do project work together. I believe, my belief, can't prove it, what I believe from what I've seen. Chili is a blackmailer, or part of a group that are blackmailers. Chili may have been a little unimposing pretty boy with a little bit of cocaine in his pocket, and he would draw girls in, not because of who he is, but because of what he had in his pocket. I think that then led to, situations where girls were, cut off from their group, singled out, given a dose, and then there were things that happened against the person's will that, maybe incriminating photographs were taken. Maybe that's really what Chili's been doing for a long fucking time. And blackmailing people. Why does Chili's, he's not a fighter. I mean, anybody can tell he's not a fighter. And post the Chad Goo incident, I mean, it's so fucking obvious Chili's not a fighter. It was patently obvious to me that Chili wasn't a fighter in the incident with Kate. Because if Chili really was a fighter, that's a one-punch fucking knockout. That's not all that, get away from me, lady, get away. It's all fucking acting. It's all acting for a lawsuit. It's all set up ahead of time. If Chili really was a tough guy, he would have just slugged Kate, and that would have been the fucking end of it. And if Chili was an alpha, he would have just popped Kate in the fucking jaw for all the shit that she was saying. I'm not saying she can't say it. I'm not saying she would deserve to get hit. I do not in any way condone violence against women. I'm just saying if Chili is what he says he is, he'd have knocked her the fuck out on the second short man comment. He wouldn't have been bitching and crying and screaming and squawking and running to the fucking cops that he says he fucking hates. Chili initiated contact with the cops at the Memorial Day Parade Kate incident. So Chili not a tough guy. A blackmailer? Yeah, because I can see him doing that kind of shit to people. If you look at the Tink, Tink, Tink hammer video when Chili was nailing up flyers because he accused a business associate of ripping him off by charging him to deliver goods that Chili was willing to pay a certain amount of money for. Chili agreed to make the fucking payment. That's the way business works, man. You go to a car dealership, you can buy a car that was constructed perfectly, brand new, that's going to last 50 years if you just change the fucking oil, right? You can also buy a car, the same make, model, and year off that same fucking dealership property that breaks down 7 months after you bought it and never fucking runs right. That's a problem that's common with mass-produced items, and cars are fucking mass-produced. So shit works and shit breaks. Late as usual, hello there. Late as usual says dogs have an outstanding sense of detecting bad people. They do. But you can beat a fucking dog, and as long as you feed it, it will remain loyal to you. And it will be aggressive with other people. You see a little clearer who Chili Decastro is? when you go back, if you ever go back and listen to any of his Chili's archive stuff, the way he talks to his own friends, the Deborah Rogers Begathon, I believe it was in November. It was on David Condon's birthday. So Chili called David Condon, it's called pump priming. You want to, if you're trying to collect donation money from people, you want to have a plant or 2 or 3 in the crowd that will spontaneously say, hey, I got $20 for you. Sounds like a good cause, because that primes the pump. You got to pour a little water down the pump before you turn it on to get the water you poured down to push the air out, pull the water up through the pump. It helps prime. So Chili called David. He didn't have it set up ahead of time, so he's making random calls. He calls David Condon, and he says to David Condon, give me some of that Jew money. I want some of that Jew money. And then Chili starts laughing like it's hysterical. David was going to fire back a remark to him, and Chili cut him off. Hey, there's a lot of people listening here. These guys, this little friend group Chili Decastro has, they all abuse each other. They all abuse each other. And when you become habitualized in that, and that becomes regular routine, you become desensitized, and you think that that level of aggression, that level of douchebaggery, that level of high school locker room cajoling and ball busting, you think that shit's okay in public places. It's not. Just listen to Chili. Listen to Chili in the Sandoval, the 4th video released, with the whole, you got a 1-inch penis. Why don't you get down and suck my dick right now? I've never heard a man beg to have his dick sucked like that before. I mean, Chili was fucking begging. If Chili wasn't cuffed, Chili would have got himself down on his hind knee. He would have only kneeled on one knee for the officer, because the other knee's got some high knee pressure. So it would have been like a marriage proposal situation, only Chili with a cock in his mouth. All right, let's roll a little more of this beautiful bean footage. Delete Fun says it's always refreshing to listen to an intellectual discussion. We may actually have one of those here one day in the future, an intellectual discussion.
So as you guys know, I got to take a drive here for a second. So I thought I would just rap out loud with you guys for a minute. And if I see any coppers on the side of the road, of course, I will pull over immediately and ask them what they're doing.
No, you won't. No, you won't. That's why you're not doing that shit anymore, because you don't do it anymore, because you fucking really scared, dude. You've been arrested, and a couple months back when you did the hot girl stop on the road thing, you got yourself a ticket for parking on the highway. That's why you don't fucking do the highway stops anymore, Chili. You ain't going to stop. And then there was that one where you were driving down the road through a speed trap area, and the police, there was a cruiser, they were leapfrogging each other to set up for the pullover. So there was a cruiser behind you for a little bit, and you fucking got panicky nutted out in no time. Talking to your fucking self, talking to yourself in the car, and this is the fucking great thing about you, Chili. You recorded your own fucking panic attack and showed the world by broadcasting it to YouTube how deathly afraid you are of cops. Despite all your physical fitness and shit, you're still quaking in your boots, fucking afraid, Chili. Afraid.
Because when you see a cop sitting on the side of the road, he's trying to get you. He's trying to arrest you. He's trying to charge you with a crime. He's trying to give you a ticket. When the coppers leave the trough, they have a goal. And that goal is to, at the minimum, take your money. but their real goal is take you back to their office. I heard that yesterday. Your office is a dungeon, bro.
Your office is a dungeon, bro. He really is. Like, ever since he started saying "eat my shorts," like, Chili is morphing into a fucking cartoon character. Like, he's got more Bart Simpson lines than just the "eat my shorts" thing. Chili literally is morphing into a cartoon character in front of our eyes. Raccoon Mama says, I did report that idiot's birthday stream because he got stoned and abused Charlie. I think it was taken down. Made me so angry. Yeah, it was taken down. I don't think it was taken down because of reports. I think Chili took it down because during that broadcast, he called Jeff Lloyd a cokehead and started talking about some vacation house Lloyd has in Mexico and all the fucking coke that Jeff Lloyd was doing. That's why that video went down. There's another video too. I think it's from July or early August of 2022 where he, announced to the world on his live stream that Jeff Lloyd was a full-blown, out-of-control alcoholic. Which, the cocaine will do that to you because the cocaine makes you think you're fucking sober. And then you start pouring more fucking drinks down your throat. Yeah, cocaine and alcohol is a great way to die of cirrhosis of the liver.
Like just think about that. Your office is a dungeon. So where are these good cops that people keep telling me about? These jackboot thug pigs have been bullying me and bullying us my whole life.
Bullying Chili and bullying us. Now, who the fuck is us? I had run-ins with the police when I was in my late teen years, early 20 years. I had a couple run-ins. I was arrested a couple times. Who's us? Because I don't feel like I was bullied by them at all. I was the dickhead in the equation. And they were actually fairly cool to me, despite my dickheadedness. So who's us, Chili? Who is us? You and your listeners? But it's been going on for you, Chili, your whole life. So is your listener base comprised of people who have been bullied by the police their whole life? If I was in a place and I was getting bullied by the police, even if I was straight up getting bullied by the police and it was no fault of my own and the police were really bad, I ain't fighting with the fucking police. I ain't arguing with the fucking police. I'm moving the fuck out of that. If the police are bad, you ain't gonna fucking change it. That's if they actually are bad. Because Chili just thinks they're bad because the police won't let Chili do whatever Chili wants to do. And Chili listened to some knuckleheads and Chili thinks he knows he has the right to interfere in a traffic stop. You don't have that right, Chili.
My entire life, we've had to deal with pig shacks, pig DUI stands, pigs in...
Chili was born in 1974. So if he's talking about his entire life, the whole DUI thing, DUI was kind of a joke until MAD came out, Mothers Against Drunk Drivers. And that was in the, like 82, 83. It was the first term of the Reagan administration. Up until then, driving while intoxicated wasn't really taken that seriously. I'll openly admit, I've said it before, I'm an alcoholic. I haven't had a drink in 20, 25 years. My dad was an alcoholic, died an alcoholic. My brother's an alcoholic. My younger brother will probably die an alcoholic. The problem my younger brother has is he's a happy-go-lucky guy. He's got no... you can do whatever you want to my brother. He'll just tell you to be more careful. The only thing you can't do is fuck with physically put your hands on one of his friends. You got fucking problems. But other than that, you know, you can hit my brother with a 2x4. He would tell you to be more fucking careful. That's the kind of guy he is. And because he's that way, he's not aggressive. He's not a violent person. The amount that he drinks has never really caused a detrimental issue in his life. So I don't think he takes how much he drinks health-wise as seriously as he should. But, you know, having experienced it and gone through it and, you know, the attitudinal and the behavior problems from it, I'm surprised the police didn't kick the fucking shit out of me when I was like between 16 and 22. Like there were 4 or 5 situations where I probably could have, and probably deservedly so, should have gotten a fucking pretty bad beating. But I didn't get it. I did dumb shit to fucking antagonize him after getting in, you know, relatively serious trouble. The whole, you didn't want to have custody of me. You just didn't want to have custody of me. Because there's literally, when you're incarcerated, there's nothing to fucking do. Even if you're just in a holding cell waiting for bail, there is nothing to fucking do. And that kind of boredom can make a person with my personality type a little on the fucking crazy side. So to manage it, you find something to do. And a lot of the time when there's nothing to do, the thing you can always do is watch someone else, right? So if you're in jail, you're in the holding cell, booking, whatever, you're watching the cops. And if they give you an opportunity to get over on them, you know, most people don't do it because it's just going to cause a bigger problem for them. Me, if I could see, you know, where I could needle you a little bit or, you know, just be a pain in your ass, I fucking all in. I was all for it. So Chili is a guy who can't accept the fact that he causes his problems. He can't accept that. So that all Chili's problems have to be blamed on someone else. He also can't handle being wrong or told he's wrong, which gets him really worked up, really fucking bad. So at 48 years old, you could wake up one day, Joe. You could wake up one day and realize that you're the cause of your problems, and your life would literally change at that point in time. But until you realize that you cause your problems, you're never going to be able to help yourself, extricate yourself from the hatred, and I would go so far, you know, listening to what I've listened to, because Chili now blames the police for his attitude and who he is. But he didn't, there are other conversations going back to TikTok, going back to Spotify. He didn't in the beginning blame the police. He blamed other things. Fetal alcohol syndrome, lack of a father, you know, to that kind of shit. That's what Chili was initially blaming. Now Chili's reworked his memories, reworked his narrative, and all of Chili's past problems are now the result of the police. Chili Decastro, who started drinking and using drugs before the age of 12, because at 12 years old was when the system became aware that this 12-year-old was using drugs and drinking alcohol. How they became aware, don't know. Drunk at school, reported through that, an outside school arrest. It could have been many things. But the system became aware that Chili was using drugs and alcohol at the age of 12, which means he was probably using them before that, 10, 11 years old. It's kind of scary. You know, when I have a 6-year-old child, that the idea of my child drinking alcohol at 10 years old, 4 years from now, That would fuck me up. Right. Nope wasn't me puts in the chat. Always someone else's fault. No accountability. That is the most common characteristic. Always someone else's fault. Most common characteristic with substance abusers. Because the first thing they refuse to take the blame for is their substance abuse. So they push that off on some other person or persons. You know, I get high because they fucking drive me crazy. No, you get high because you want to get high. They're driving you crazy. But you're getting high because you want to get high, not because these other two people are driving you crazy. So until you take responsibility for that shit, that problem, you can go with fucking counseling 16 hours a day every day of your life. If you don't take responsibility for the fucking problem, it's never going to be solved because you're pushing responsibility on someone else and you're waiting for that other person to change their behavior. And then maybe these two people who go away, you know, they decide that they want to live somewhere else. They move to a different place. And you then are there alone in the apartment you were sharing with the two other people who are not there to get on your nerves anymore and drive you crazy, but you're still getting high. The whole time you're getting high because you want to get high. And I mean, if you run that routine, eventually all the friends disappear and you wind up, you know, a vagabond, a 21st century hobo. Vagabond's too good a word for Chili Decastro. You wind up a 21st century hobo in a nation that's the capstone on the pyramid of wealth. And you're a hobo riding around in your sister's Honda Odyssey minivan. And you're trying to right the wrongs of the culture you failed in every way possible. Failed in. You're not the man for the day, Chili. You're not the man for the hour. You're not the man for the season. And you are not the man for the fucking job. Jeff Lloyd is using you like a fucking muppet.
Schools, pigs asking you where you're going, pigs saying they're suspicious of you. My entire life, we've had this horrific system.
Why is it that wherever Ed Chili goes, in the U.S., wherever he goes, whatever he does, the police are always watching him? He's always getting into tete-a-tetes and little altercations with the po-po. Everywhere he goes. Don't you think, Chili, don't you think that if you have a problem with the police everywhere you go, don't you think that you're the fucking problem? You're right now blaming the entire U.S. police force, which is not, Chili, is not a nationally integrated system. It's state by state. So if you left Alaska and went to California and right off the rip, the police are fucking watching you, that's you, dude. That's you. Because you're one of a million new entries to that state the day you entered that state. You get it? There's no system's not watching you. It hasn't been watching you since you were 12 years old. It hasn't invested time, resources, and talent into fucking watching you. You're not the guy they want to watch. They don't even have to watch you because wherever they are, you show up. You show up like a fucking skunk, and they can smell you before you're there, and then their only concern is, I don't want this fucking weirdo spraying that fucking skunk stink on me. Everywhere you go, they watching you.
Of oppression and tyranny, where we just allow one guy to have absolute power over another guy. And then I read in the comments,
no one has absolute, the police do not have absolute power over anyone. The fact that you have to be Mirandized before they can question you, before they can talk interrogatively with you, you have to be Mirandized. If they had absolute dominion, they would not have to fucking Mirandize you. That right there, all you need to prove that your statement's fucking wrong. How many times lately in the last 2 weeks are you running around telling people that you're filming police because the police beat people up, attack people for no reason, when you don't even get attacked, and you go to the police to instigate an attack? Your goal, you announced it very clearly in your last arrest. It's for the cameras, you say. That's why you're asking all the police if their body cameras are on. This Chili's little bit of hangover Hollywood talent is he watched directors direct. Listen to what Chili's saying when he's interacting with the police. Oh, can we slow down for a minute here? Is what he said to the second officer that grabbed him by the wrist in the Vegas arrest. There were only 2 officers on the scene at that point. The second one grabbed Chili by the wrist. And Chili's response was, whoa, can we slow this down? You, the motherfucker that amped it all up, now you're trying to direct a speed change because you're not up to speed. You started this shit, and now you're asking for it to slow, the roll to slow, because you don't know where you are in the fucking conversation anymore. It just dawned on you. There's a second cop touching you, and it just dawned on you that you're getting arrested. When you saw the second cop pulling in, you knew you were getting arrested. You knew it. That's why the song and dance thing went. But you didn't realize it. Adjust your behavior to the reality of it until the second officer grabbed you by the arm. Can we slow this down? Oh, shut up. I'm not talking to you. Dude, you've done everything a child does conversationally except call for a do-over. And I know you're fucking listening to me, Decastro, or one of your fucking little minions is. Tell Chili to call for a do-over during an audit. When the cops get froggy and go hands-on with Chili, I want Chili to just throw his arms up in the air and say do-over. That's what cut means in Hollywood. Do-over.
now I'm a great big bully. I'm a bully to coppers. I'm mean to the coppers. You should see how many coppers who come into the comments section and say, Chili, you are so inappropriate. Let's
Chili's negative comments to his positive comments, it's starting to drive Chili crazy. But he's got the, because Chili really thinks that his comment section should be like a cheer squad for him. You know, a whole rah-rah fucking marching band and fucking pom-poms and the rest of the fucking bullshit. That's what Chili thinks is fucking listeners are supposed to do for him, cheer him on. So Chili's beating up on the cops. Not much of what he's saying is true. And most of what Chili says the cops do, if we pay close enough attention, we'll find out really Chili does those things. I think Linux guy that cops in Chili's chat would qualify in Chili's mind as trolls. Like Chili thinks the cops are trolling him. He probably thinks Kate's a fucking cop.
Talk about that. Let's talk about it. They said that I was inappropriate. Oh, really? So you mean like arresting people for having not paid traffic tickets? Is that inappropriate? Have you not heard the way that police talk to citizens? Have you not heard the way they say, get out of the car, show me your motherfucking hands, get your other belly, lay on your fucking neck?
All of Chili's, oh, look at that fucking face. All of Chili's audits. When has a cop ever spoken to Chili this way? Chili has theater, entertainment, and reality wildly confused in his fucking mind. Misty-eyed girl may be mildly upset with me. Hey, now, no ragging on marching bands. Misty-eyed girl, I would never rag on marching bands. I do actually kind of like marching bands. They're a spectacle to behold, but they are a regular reference when you reference over-the-top pomp and circumstance. You do need to, in order to effectively communicate that, you do need to reference the marching band. Because it's an extravagant thing, man. You got to have a lot of fucking wealth and a lot of money and a lot of talent to put a fucking marching band together. So I'm not putting it down. I'm just noting that it's included in the over-the-top pomp and circumstance stuff. Sorry if I offended you. Or any other marching band people out there. Look, there's nothing I like better than a marching band led by bagpipes and a couple of Irish police officers on, mounted horses. It's a fucking beautiful sight to see. All kilted up and good to go.
That's how cops talk to us. When they're murdering people, when cops are shooting people with hundreds of bullets, they're screaming. You can
Hundreds of bullets, and they're screaming. Chili, you've never seen that anywhere but maybe one or two YouTube videos and probably 150 times on fucking TV. Your tracks have crossed, Chili. You got reality and entertainment fucking mixed up. But, the coke will do that to you. And according to you, Jeff Lloyd's got more coke than he knows what to do with.
can hear them when they chase that guy down in Ohio, Jalen Walker. When they chase down Jalen Walker, they're screaming, show me your butt, effing. And people are upset that I won't give a cop dominion over where I stand on the street.
Yeah, when you're told to back the fuck up, dude. You're lucky it's not a police state, prison state, death state. Because you'd be missing bone in your fucking skull right now. You would barely be able to speak. You would be drooling. The shit you've done if we lived in a police state, prison state, death state, like you fucking say, you would be drooling. Your tongue would be half hanging out of your fucking mouth. You would be drooling. You wouldn't even be able to speak coherently, but that will never stop you from making fucking noise with that hole. And you'd have a fucking metal plate in your head where bone was fucking busted out of your skull. The shit that you do.
Piece of maggot is on the side of the road. If that copper was actually needed in that scenario and I came up on it, the camera would go in my pocket and I'd be helping him. Do you understand? Just put it in perspective. If he is called a first responder and he's on the scene and I show up and there's a first responder there, if he's needed there, then I'm needed there and I'm willing to help him.
Notice how he shifted from cop to first responder. because he's worried about the fucking soundbite people are gonna clip off this. So he had to stop at the cop shit because he keeps saying he hates all fucking cops. Ever since he bragged about the cop that took down the shooter, the way he stormed the I think it was a bank facility, Chili praised the guy for what he did. Ever since that, Chili said he hates all cops. All cops are bad. All cops are scum. That's what he caught himself saying something good about, his enemy, because the police don't think of Chili as an enemy. Chili thinks of the police as an enemy, and it greatly warps his perception during interactions. That's why he's afraid all the time. The police aren't your enemy, Chili. You make the police an enemy, but they really don't even know who the fuck you are. They're starting to figure it out, which is going to make things a little harder for you and a lot funner for us. More of these videos. The motorcycle cop video you did the other day too, Chili. Chili standing so far away from this motorcycle cop who's, I'll run the video and talk about it. I don't give a.
But every time I roll up on a piggy, he's treating somebody bad. He's abusing somebody, stealing their money out of their wallet. Or he's hiding on the side of the road. You guys saw that in Utah. It must be tough for all the good.
All right, when Chili goes through these little bitch rants, is anyone noticing? Because I've been noticing it for a while. The longer his little bitch rants go on for, the more and more effeminate, and he starts getting lispy in his speech.
Good cops. When I roll up on the scene and I start filming and they show their piggy little noses, how come it is every single time I walk up on a scene, the cop needs to tell me where I can stand? Doesn't matter which kind of scene I walk up on.
They're all police scenes, so they're all the same. The police are working here. Chili, if you walked up to me while I was at work and fucking started talking to me the way you talk to the police, I would run you off in fucking seconds. You're just a nuisance and an annoyance, and you're hampering an efficient and effective job performance. Getting rid of you is beneficial to everyone involved in the scene. That's what you don't seem to fucking understand.
I walked up on a scene in Arizona when I very first started on YouTube. And I walked up on the scene where they were literally towing a car away. The occupants were already out. I was on this big patch of sidewalk. And the copper walks up to me and says, "Hey, can you do me a favor? Can you go stand over there?" How many times do I go to a scene and the cop tells me, "Go stand over there"? And most of the time I have to ignore him or tell him, "Absolutely not. I'm sorry, I'm not going to do that."
No, he's putting this video out. You ain't telling anybody absolutely not. Your last one, they told you to move. You're like, "Tell me where to stand." Fucking little simping, bootlicking. Your brain is melting. Jordan, this is my real world. Like, I read 12 Rules by Jordan Peterson, and I thoroughly enjoyed the eloquence, the elegance, and the simplicity of that book. If you're not familiar with Jordan Peterson and the lobster analogy of neuroscience, you should look it up on YouTube and watch it. I would explain it to you, but you're better off hearing Jordan Peterson say it directly, because he's a great speaker. He's a really good speaker. He's engaging and he's energetic, and he has the kind of sense of humor that I appreciate. But his lobster analogy to human behavior, or to, fundamental drivers in human behavior, is spot on. Watching Decastro post arrest here, I just keep thinking about Jordan Peterson talking about when the lobster loses a territorial dispute, is defeated, it skulks away and its brain kind of dissolves and it produces a new brain for itself that is less aggressive. It's less aggressive and more inclined to retreat than to stand ground or push forward in a territorial dispute. So I don't know how long it'll last for if it stays permanent, but right now, Chile is in a runner's state of mind. He's got to get away. He's got his sister's van. She's not going to let him take off with the fucking van, so he can't really go anywhere. I think he's got studio space somewhere because he's done a couple videos from the same spot. So Chile's stuck because he's in runner mode right now. He's the lobster that lost the territorial dispute. That's why he did the chicken shit thing in Henderson, New Mexico. He visited the police station and caused that fucking issue the day he was leaving Henderson. Like, he waited till the last day. He had been wanting to fucking go down there and start shit. And it shows that Chile knows, because he waited to the last day to do it, it shows that Chile's aware of the fact that these audits aren't going well. And he's starting to become known by local law enforcement. Runner mode. He waited to cause his altercation till he was ready to run. And he ran. The officers in the body cam video, if you listen to it, if you watch it, especially the fourth that Arty just released and we put up yesterday, you can hear Doolittle on Sandoval's microphone tell Chile that he's holding him because he's concerned. First, he tells him he's concerned that, Chile might fall over, which happens. People pass out. There's a percentage of the population that if you deliver really bad news, like you're under arrest, they pass the fuck out. That's why the cops hold them. If you're not steady in your stance, they're going to hold you by the elbow the way they held Chile. It's the best way to hold you up if your knees go weak or if you stumble. So he's really acting beneficially for Chile. But he tells Chile at first he doesn't want him to fall because I've seen people run in handcuffs. 11 years club scene. I've seen people get cuffed and sat down by the cops because the cops aren't going to arrest them. They just want it, the person's not calm. I've seen it males and females. It's way worse when it's females. They'll get cuffed and they'll get sat down on, like a parking space backup curb. So it's only 4 or 5 inches off the ground, and they'll sit them down on that because with cuffs on, it's hard to get back up on your feet. But it occasionally happens, and it's hilarious when you see it. The person will sit there cuffed maybe 5 minutes, maybe longer. And then all of a sudden they just pop straight up in the air. They just spring straight up and they fucking start running. I've never seen anyone get more than 10 steps in. And when you fall forward and your hands are cuffed behind your back, which means you're going to do a face plant in the fucking ground, right? That's why the cops hold on to you. The cop was telling Chile, Doolittle was telling Chile, you're going to run. That's when they get into the discussion about Chile's eyes being dilated and his chapped lips. The officer holding Chile, Doolittle, is telling Chile, you're thinking about running. Here's why I think you're thinking about running. And then the other officer, the arresting officer, when he's driving Chili to the jail in the third arrest video, the arresting officer explains to Chili, doesn't matter if you were going to run or not run, that doesn't matter. Your body positioning, stance, behavior is giving us pre-flight indicators. When you're arrested, there's 5 cops, you know, and they're not grouped together, they're spread out. When you're engaging each individual cop in conversation and constantly turning your head, you're indicating that you're tracking what's around you because you're looking for the gap in the hedgerow to bolt, little rabbit. You're looking for the gap in the hedgerow to bolt, little rabbit. That's what you were doing when you were talking nonsense to the other 3 officers. You were looking for the gap in the hedgerow. That's why you were buttering up Sorensen. He was the furthest away. And that's the direction you needed to run in. And then the little game you play with people, this is why you never see people around Chili Decastro, because he can't stop doing it. He can't keep himself from doing it. If you're in a group of 5 people and Chili's in the group, if Chili senses one of those 5 is not confident, which a lot of people aren't, or not outgoing, which a lot of people aren't. I hang out with a lot of people that are introverted, and I make them go out in public with me because I like to talk to them about their perceptions after, you know, they're back in the car, in the house, whatever. So when you're thinking about running, the people around you, you're not smarter than them. These guys are trained in this shit. They know you're going to run. They know you're going to run. They don't even need to know for sure you're going to run. They just need to know your body language is indicating there's a chance you're thinking about running. Because you got cuffs on, dude. You're not fucking going anywhere. But your brain isn't thinking right. You're in run. You're the lobster that got defeated. You don't want to become dinner. You're trying to figure out how to give that hard tail pump and jet the fuck back out of that. You're not going to make it. You're 5 steps and you're on the fucking ground. They don't want to have to call an ambulance because you knocked your fucking denture through the roof of your mouth. Maybe that's why you're missing fucking teeth. Maybe you've already done the cuffed run and took a face plant. People do strange shit when they panic. The ones that aren't panicking are the police officers. Because even Chili, despite the amount of times you've put yourself in situations just like the Vegas arrest, you don't seem to be mentally prepared for getting arrested. It all comes as a big fucking surprise to you. And you finally pushed it far enough where you took the fucking ride.
I have every right to be here. I shouldn't have to do that. In my lifetime, I've been bullied by coppers, pushed around by coppers, charged by coppers for...
Does that seem like he's getting a little effeminate here? Does presenting it in an effeminate persona, does that help enhance the idea that Chili's a victim? Because he seems to want to be seen as a victim, but he's the aggressor all the fucking time. Is that why he has to add this layer of femininity to his persona? Eventually I'll figure it out.
No reason, arrested for riding a jet ski after dark. I rode a jet ski after dark. I was guilty of it. I did a little Brody in front of some girls. I was 23.
So the whole jet ski story, because that's the picture, that's the lookup on the internet where you can see Chili's mugshot. The story gets different every time he fucking tells it. Every time he tells it. There, as Chili's overarching narrative changes, his individual life stories, the narratives of those individual stories start to change to fit the overarching delete laws message. This dude, Chili, might not have an actual personality of his own, which is true of a lot of actors and actresses. That's why they go to Hollywood. They're good at acting because they just imitate other people. Or Johnny Depp's career, who, I think Johnny Depp's a pretty good actor, but the Edward Scissorhands character is mimicking, I forget what band, a 90s band that was pretty popular. He's imitating the lead singer. Pirates of the Caribbean, the whole Jack Sparrow character is literally based on fucking Keith Richards. That's why Keith shows up in, I think, the fourth one as Jack Sparrow's father. So when you don't have your own personality, you can imitate other people more easily. Your own personality doesn't conflict with it, and it lacks tells. So I don't think Chili really has a personality. Like, Chili probably doesn't know who Chili is at all.
I was on the lake in Lake Louisville, Texas. Beautiful day. All the way into the evening. I've been vibing with these folks on the boat and these chicks. Woo, it's fun. I take a spin on the jet ski right after 6 p.m., right after sun's just setting. Copper whips in, pulls me over, and boom, he's on me. So I admit it. I don't know the things I know now. I was still, a little green.
So Chili admits he did something wrong. Chili says he admits it. But now, he was a little green back then and blah. So you're a better fucking liar now, Chili. You don't realize what you just fucking confessed there. I used to tell the truth. I learned that the things I'm doing, I'm probably not supposed to do. So telling the truth about what I'm doing isn't such a good thing. So I'll become better at not telling the truth. I'll practice being a liar. It's not fake, Chili. It's all a fucking lie. That's different than being fake. Fake at least has a facade of reality on it. You're just a fucking lie.
Behind the ears. And so I said to him, "You got me, Copper. I was showing off, bro. I told him the truth. He's like, "Get your ID for me. Get your ID." I'm like, "All right." And they're on top of me. Like, they're on me. I'm in the water. They're like on me. And then they're like, "Can I get your license?" He took my license. "Okay, Mr. Decastro." And
that's a weird jump cut. It's a fucking jet ski incident on the beach, and Chili's surrounded and guys are all over him. So what's missing from this fucking story is the funniest part of the fucking story. What did Chili do to make it a situation where, hey man, you're riding the jet ski after dark, I got to give you a ticket for it, let me see your ID? How does it get from that to 5 guys surrounding Chili? How does it get there? How does it get there? So what the fuck was Chili doing that 5 other guys had to fucking come? Like the Las Vegas shit. You leave out the best part of the fucking story, Chili. That's the worst part of the lie, is you leave out the best part of the fucking story. Dumbass.
And then takes put my license in the pocket like that. And then he says, "Okay, turn around, put your hands behind your back, you're under arrest." I said, "Whoa, no, I'm not under arrest." I said, "No, I'm not drunk. This isn't a DUI. No. It's illegal to ride a jet ski after dark. It's an arrestable offense." He would have impounded the jet ski, but it wasn't mine. They were going to impound it, but they arrested me that day. How do you think I was feeling when I was getting arrested when I was 23? How do you think I was feeling? How do you think I was feeling? For all of you haters, all you cop suckers and cops saying,
Does dumb fuck here know that he just told the cops that he has no arrest record, no criminal record, and days later he's talking about the times he's gotten arrested? The jet ski incident, there's no make up a cover story. Chili says Chili admitted Chili broke the law. Criminal. You can't go around saying you've never been arrested, you have no criminal record, and then 2 days later you admit to a fucking crime. It might be petty, it might be minor, but you see how you just proved your other statement not fucking true. The facade is gone now.
Chili's mean. He's out of order to the pigs. F you and the horse you rode in on. They arrested me for jet skiing and took me to a frickin' dungeon. I was there for 3 days.
They didn't arrest him for jet skiing. Just like the Vegas Metro Police did not arrest Chili for filming, right? Chili says the Vegas Metro, LVMP, arrested him for filming. Chili wasn't arrested for filming. Chili was arrested for obstruction and then additionally resisting. So when Chili says, I was arrested, that fucking face, you fucking, try lube, dude. That face looks fucking terrible. So when Chili got arrested for riding a jet ski, you know, he didn't get arrested for riding the jet ski. He got arrested for some shit he did after he was going to get a ticket for riding the jet ski, just like he got arrested after the Las Vegas Metro police officer, Bork, told him, put your hands, right now you're getting a ticket. Put your hands behind your back. I'm going to put cuffs on you. If you don't, you're going to get arrested. And then what did Chili do? He resisted the whole fucking time. That's why you got arrested, not for filming. You didn't get arrested for riding a jet ski, Chili. Tell the fucking part of the story that you're leaving out. The part before, what you said before the cop said you're under arrest. Because originally you were just going to get a ticket. That's what you said. And you admitted you did all this. What dickhead shit did you say? Dumb fuck.
Eat my shorts, copper. This piece of arrested me for jet skiing after dark. It was 6:01. You're mad I'm mean to the copper? I haven't got out even.
It was 6:01. GHB had only been illegal for 2 years when I was arrested for distributing and manufacture. Got me under the wire. It had only been illegal for 2 years.
1/10 of my angst and rightfully indignant nature because of these pigs. You disgusting maggots made me. And you're watching my videos. More and more cops are just chiming in on my videos now. You made me, bro. You signed up for that dog crap organization. You signed up to be Hitler. You signed up to Hitler's SS.
The police made Chili. The police made Chili. It's not Chili's fault. It's the police's fault. Chili's an alpha, leader, strong man, but the police made Chili the douchebag scumbag that he is. That's not an alpha, bro. Alphas, which don't exist because it's just goofy shit. But an alpha by definition doesn't learn its alpha traits. They're hardwired into the alpha. So I think I think that when Chili says alpha, what he means is raging lunatic. Because if you think about it, instead of alpha, if you just said raging lunatic, and then for beta boy, you just said sane person, you would see how Chili groups people. Raging lunatics and sane people. Raging lunatics intimidate sane people. Raging lunatics blackmail sane people. Sane people worry because they're sane, and here's a fucking insane man in my midst. People can't wait to fucking get rid of each other. That's why Jeff Lloyd's got you driving around the country in your fucking sister's borrowed Honda Odyssey minivan, financed by Jeff Lloyd. Sue me, Chili. Sue me for something I've fucking said, bro. I've said plenty. Sue me so I can call Jeff Lloyd in as my fucking witness. Sue me, bro, please. All right, so beta boy.
That's who you are, brother, and you don't think so. You'll go down in history as the of America. That's why they can't get any more good piggies.
Holy fuck. He really is just going way overboard. So the police, forget about the 12 years before Chili started using drugs and drinking alcohol. Forget about those 12 years. You know, we don't need to know who raised him, where his father, who was reported was a Colombian that went back to Colombia, abandoning the family, worked for a travel agency. Chili himself tries to paint a picture of his dad as a cartel member. Chili, you are the way you are because those first 12 fucking years, your sober years, 48 years old, and your sober years end at fucking 12. I mean, your brain's not fully fucking developed yet, physically or organizationally. I mean, at 12 years old, you haven't really figured out yet if you're a word learner, that kind of learner who can listen to instruction sets and perform, or if you're a more of a hands-on person, where I've had hands-on guys work for me. They're fucking great. They drive you crazy because you can tell them a 4-step chain of events to do, but they just can't fucking get it right. But if you walk them through each step of the 4 steps one time, they fucking do it right every time after that. So at 12 years old, like, you haven't figured out how to learn yet, which is the most important thing you have to learn when you're in school. You have to learn what method best enables you to learn. There's a lot of fucking methodologies. You can't leave that shit up to somebody else. You have to figure that out. And you got to figure it out by the time you graduate college, because that's when your academic career, you know, for the majority of people end, and you go into your, you know, real world career. But if you know how to learn, the best methodology to learn, there's not a whole lot that you can't self-teach the rest of your life. But Chili claims to be an autodidactic, which just means self-didactic teaching. So it doesn't mean self-taught. It means self-teaching. You can teach yourself error. That's, you know, bad habits are errors that became habitualized. That's what a bad habit is. It's not beneficial. It's a habit. You're repeating the behavior over and over again. So, I mean, you can think about things and come to wrong conclusions and do things completely wrong. There's nothing really wrong with that. It can be harmful, waste resources, waste money. But if you do it, you fail. If you do the same thing again, there's a real fucking problem with your thinking. If you just repeat the behavior and you get a negative outcome like you got the first time and you're surprised by it, something's really wrong with your thinking. If you're even thinking at all, you may just be behaving habitually. I think a lot of the shit with Chili is habit behavior. He just doesn't know how to behave any other way. And his friend group is, you know, aggressive, malcontented, overindulging in chemicals when he's not with them. He is the oddball in the crowd.
Everything that drives you, everything that makes you who you are, every single bit of motivation and fiber in your body that says go is caused from pain, where you lost, and it hurt so badly, right? For me, wrestling wasn't about winning. It was about not losing.
This is a bad fucking place to be in your mind. If you're interacting in a competitive altercation where you know a winner and a loser will be decided, to take the strategy of not losing is a guaranteed losing strategy, because you're not playing to win. You're playing to not lose. That's different than playing to win. This is where Chili is in life. He's in the not, I just don't want to lose. I just don't want to lose mindset. That's why he keeps losing. The focus is on lose, not lose. When you think of things in your mind, you need to form them in positive statements and remove all negatives wherever possible, rephrasing them so you don't lose meaning. So not lose really to your mind means I'm going to play to tie. I'm going to play to tie. It does not mean to win. All you're worried about is not losing. Not losing includes tying, so that's in the group. No clear indicator who won the competition. That's why you don't win. You have to think about winning to win. Otherwise, it's dumb luck, and what did you really fucking win if you can't repeat it? It's no fucking good. So Chili's not in a really good state of mind. He's not in a good mind frame. He doesn't really have a fucking plan. I really think he's being told what to do. And I think he's being told what to do maybe by people that, I'm not excusing him. He's willingly doing this. But I think there are people a little brighter than him that are funding him, that are above him, that quite possibly might be clowning him. They might be getting their revenge on some dirty shit he did to them 20 fucking years ago. He seems like a pawn in a fucking game to me, Chili does. Like a fucking patsy almost.
And these guys have created a system where they've caused so much pain to people like me. If you are looking at YouTube and you are seeing what police in America are doing to people, and you're like, Chili's being mean, you might want to take a reality pill there, bud. You're lost. You are lost. This country is completely from top to bottom, and
the whole country's fucked because we're not doing it Chili way. Fucked from top to bottom, says Chili. Flo B says so. Not losing, in quotes. That type of thinking is a negative thinking. No, it's not a negative thinking. It's not a positive thinking. It's a hard thing to do, to not split oppositional things and to hold them as a scaled gradient. So you would transition on a scale from hot to cold. There's a point where you're not hot, but that doesn't mean you're cold. Tepid, right, is somewhere in between warm and cold. It's neither warm nor neither cold. Not losing is that tepid zone. It's just not helpful to anchor there. If you want to win, you got to think like a winner. You have to. That doesn't mean you're always going to win, and that doesn't mean you always have to win. There are times in life where you give a victory away. You give a victory away because it's not overwhelmingly, like, the older you get, victories don't mean much. I mean, they're accomplishments, but you've hopefully had so many in your life that, if you're, I don't know if there's somebody else going for the prize that you're going for, and you can beat them, and there's not a whole lot left to finish, you might fucking slow your stride and let the other person go back and have the winning, go through and have the winning experience, mostly because it's going to mean more to them than it'll mean to you. So that middle section's kind of a weird place to anchor your boat. Not losing. Why not just win? Why does there have to be that little ambiguous, amorphous in between? Maybe it's necessary.
The number one problem is that infestive nature of pigs. They've come all over our country, everywhere you go. They go to our schools, they go to our sporting events. They front and center, they park their car right in the middle of the road. I'm firing pearls. I'm telling you guys hard truths that nobody else will say out loud. I think it has a lot to do with perspective, right? Because what we're starting to see collectively as a group of people, with all the videos that all the auditors, activists, Second Amendment activists, First Amendment, Fifth Amendment, 14th Amendment Act, everybody who goes out that stands up for your rights that are inherent by God and only recognized by government, we are seeing as a collective that these guys are bad. And if you have joined and you just signed up to be a little piggy, there's guys who are 10, 20 years in and they're like, oh, I can't quit because I need my pension and it'll mess up their life. And it's like, it's hard to be understanding for that. But any piggy who has been in there for less than 10 years, if you stay being a piggy, after you're seeing what your evil organization continues to do to free nonviolent people, then there's something wrong with you. You're mental. You enjoy hurting people, or you enjoy watching people be hurt, or you enjoy the process of watching someone go through their worst day ever. The other day I aired the video of that Las Vegas piggy, really cute little piggy. She sat there and said, oh, I'm having so much fun. You're having so much fun? Last I checked, being torture cuffed and kidnapped, taken to a dungeon and strip searched, or even just shackled like a pig and taken and put in a claustrophobic bag, and all of it, worst day ever. And she said, I'm having fun. I'm having a good time. She's gonna regret saying that. Anybody see that short when I was in Utah? I was in Utah and I was pulling out of a wrestling.
Why would she regret saying that she was going to have a good time, Chili? That sounds, I'm not going to say threatening, but that sounds like menacing. Kind of like mayhem almost. Why would she regret saying that she was having a good time? Because you didn't want her to have a good time? See, that's what it feels like. It feels like you didn't want her to have a good time doing her job. So when she said that to you, it's almost like you're letting anyone who listens know that you might have a plan to do something that would cause her to regret having said that, you should talk better, Chili, more coherently.
Tournament with the kids, and when I came off the exit, there was a copper, a Utah State copper, and he was lidaring people, and I stopped for a moment and I looked at him and I said, hey, I said, what are you doing? And he said, I said, are you doing this to wrestling families? And he said, well, if they're speeding, I am. But what you don't know is that he had his radio on his car turned all the way up. He was standing outside of his car like you're playing a video game, and he was lidaring people. And I let him know, you're a filthy pig. You are a thief and a criminal. Someone's going by here 10 or 15 miles an hour over. Who cares? Who cares? I don't care. Speed kills people. Yeah, more people will die. Yes. Yeah. And they'll die free. They won't die under the thumb of a pig with their LiDAR gun on the side of the road to get the exact same people who fund him. Oh, they're just doing their job. No, it's not their job to ticket you for doing a few miles an hour over. It's their job to protect the public and preserve your rights that are from God, only recognized by government. Government's not supposed to...
God didn't give you any rights, dude. He gave you the right to follow him. That's the only right you got. Let's jump over to the Chili Live and see if our boy can manage to keep himself out of fucking trouble. Here we go.
Press with Ranker's video, and he got the money for it. It's his video. It wasn't my work. It was his work. He risked his life. And so I tried to send Alan Hub the money. I tried to send Alan Hub the money for the video that he sent me, and he sent it back to me. Alan Hub. Like, unbelievable, bro. So this is a fundraiser for $402. You guys, DLZ Clips put my Cash App, Venmo, and PayPal up. Thank you, Jeff. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Super chats are up to $50. Pretty good. I appreciate you guys' help. I can't afford to sue all the cops I want to sue. I can't afford to sue all the people I want to sue. So, yeah. So now I have to do, one second, Alan. If I count your 40, Alan, let me grab a rock so I can put my paperwork down here somewhere. I guess I could just
grab a rock. Just use your head, boy. Just use your head. Chili, am I the only one that gets this impression? But if Chili, Chili just said he can't sue everybody he wants to sue. I get the impression that Chili wants to sue everyone. Everyone. If my suspicions and conjectures, non-facts, hunches, and suspicions that Chili Decastro may have been involved over a long period of time, decade, maybe more, maybe a little less, in blackmailing individuals in the Hollywood area with the aid of, home manufactured GHB. Yeah, man. Yeah, if I was going to pick the guy most likely that I know to have involved himself with GHB orientated sexual material, male, female, maybe a fucking donkey or a goat here or there, definitely some German chicken shit I could see Chili being into. But yeah, man, if you're worried about getting, shot in the fucking head for blackmailing the wrong person because you got a little close the fucking last time. Yeah, suing people, slip and fall, ambulance chaser, suing people. It's pretty much the same fucking skill set. It's pretty much the same skill set. So yeah, I think Chili would sue everyone if Chili could sue everyone he wanted to sue. It would literally be everyone. Because Chili will just find fault with something you do while he ignores his alarmingly strange fucking shortcomings.
Just do it right here in this entrance so that my paperwork doesn't fly everywhere. Let me just right through here. Hey. Yeah, I was going to file a lawsuit. Is that okay?
You just got time to click something.
Okay.
You have to shut your phone off. You can't record
Okay.
it here.
Oh, okay. Okay. What? But just, I mean, obviously, I can't get around you guys. But how come that is though? Why can't I record you?
Because that's the rules that the judiciary staff has made.
Right. Yeah.
I'm not going to go.
No, I know.
Just let you
I know. It's a violation of my First Amendment, but I know that. I'm actually suing cops to violate my rights. I heard you guys. I'm not trying to walk past them. I'm just standing here, and my camera's facing outwards. You know, you guys asked me not to, so I'm not being mean to anybody here. I'm being respectful. I just wanted a place where the wind wouldn't blow, so I could put my paperwork down somewhere here.
Yeah, you're recording.
Okay. And just you guys did swear an oath to uphold the Constitution, right? You all did, but yet you stand here and say those things so aggressively. Like, look how hostile you're being, and you got walked up on me like this. But like, I'm a nonviolent. I'm here to file a lawsuit. I heard what you said the first time, but you don't have to be rude to me. Like, I'm being cordial to you guys.
You're not being cordial. You're slow rolling, you smarmy little fuck. You're still in there recording, and they've told you numerous times not to do it. So you can either shut it off or remove yourself through the door from which you just came, sir. What you're doing is continuing to do what they asked you to stop and arguing with them about nonsensical things as though your fucking rat brain is big enough and smart enough to outwit the human being in front of you who knows you fucking haven't done yet what you were asked to do. They hear you saying, okay. They get all that shit. But what you don't understand is they know you haven't stopped doing what they asked you to stop doing. So your acknowledgments don't mean shit. Like most of the other stuff you said.
I'm being nice, am I not?
Either turn off the recording or wait, sir.
I heard you. I'm walking out the door. Now you guys know why I'm suing the Las Vegas pigs, because these guys take an oath to uphold the Constitution, and then they stand there and say, you can't come in here with your camera running. That's the problem with our country. These guys right here. That's the problem with our country. They swear an oath to uphold the Constitution, and they say, I can't come in with my camera. They literally are the problem. You're not allowed. You're not the
Time, place, situation. They all have it. They all have a restricting influence on your freedom of speech. They're not always present at all. Sometimes one factor, two factor is present. But if there's a limitation on free speech, then you don't have the right to fucking do it, Mr. Law scholar. You know, the people who told you you sound like a law scholar were making fun of you, Chill. That's why they gave you a name of something that doesn't fucking exist. It sounds like a crown. It looks like a crown, but it's just tin foil on fucking cardboard. There are limitations on free speech, Chili. It's not absolute. How could you study fucking constitutional law and not get that? You're being played.
the camera does what? It shows what? It shows what? So this is a $402 fundraiser. If you guys would please, everybody chip in $5. I need 80 people to chip in $5. I need 80 people to chip in $5 so that I can sue these pigs. I mean,
Monkey House. Daddy needs some crack rock. Get that ebagation going. It looks like Chili may have taken some pointers and tips from Jeremiah Payne. You know, advice, junkie to junkie.
and these guys, I mean, you should have seen, did you hear how hostile those guys were just now? Did you guys hear how hostile they were? Did you hear the way they were so freaking hostile to me just now. It was unbelievable. They swore an oath to uphold the Constitution, but they forget I have a First Amendment right to film inside of that building. The judges have created rules. So how did the judges create rules?
Holy shit. We may have to start a playlist at Coded Friends of, we'll call it the daily victimization, because every day Chili's playing the fucking victim. Can't record in here, bro. Nobody was hostile to you. They were expressing that they were annoyed by the fact that you are just yammering away and not shutting the fucking phone off. Can't record in here doesn't mean I'll keep recording till I leave. It means you shut that fucking thing off. You're so passively aggressive, like your brain melted away and you have to get a new lobster brain that's more timid, shy, more eager to flee.
1951 Tenney versus Brandoff. That's how the judges got immunity. This is a $402 fundraiser so that I can file this. So that I can file this lawsuit. That's what I'm going to do, but I got to raise $402 right now. So it's like the same people who swore to uphold my rights are the same people who just told me to get out and acted all aggressive and hostile. What a joke. Let me check my vent.
The joke, Chili, the joke is the fact that you, a 20-year constitutional law scholar, does not have an understanding of forums that have legitimate legal limitations on free speech when it comes to filming and recording. It is witness protection, right? It's witness protection. Because if you don't protect the identities of witnesses and there's retaliatory shit happening to people who witness in court, nobody going to show up to fucking witness at court anymore. And what you're doing, Chili, what you're doing will enable the breakdown of a volunteer court system and could institute a system where you don't have a fucking choice. The state tells you to get to fucking court. None of the shit you do enables you to get done what it is you say you want to do.
Venmo, my PayPal, and my Cash App and see where we are. I can't film in there because the judges, so just so you guys know, the reason you can't film in a courthouse is because the judges make the rules for the courthouse, not law, rules. So in 1951, because of the Tenney Commission started in 1949 after World War II, the Tenney versus Brandoff case gave judges immunity. So the judge sets up the rules for this courthouse. I can't sue him. He has immunity.
Oh, shit, man. This must be making Chili's fucking blood boil. There are people that Chili can't sue? Well, if Chili has to go to court there and he can't threaten to sue the judge, how's he going to fucking intimidate the judge? You can't take that away. Police have qualified immunity. It means you can't sue the police officer for doing one of his duties. You can, however, sue the municipality. There's always someone that can be sued. So if the police have qualified immunity, it's to keep every criminal from suing the cop and choking up the courts and taking police off the street. You have less judges than you have police. So they, the concept of qualified immunity is beneficial to society because you can always sue the overarching municipality, institute, city, whatever, state that funded the system. So all the shit that Chili says, well, qualified immunity, judges have immunity, yeah, it doesn't matter. There's still someone you can sue, and the entity or person you would sue would be the person directly above the person, the judge, whoever the judge answers to. Everybody answers to somebody. So you sue the next person up, and that almost guarantees that the disciplinary action, if the suit is lost, the disciplinary action will flow back down, and there will be an appropriate behavior modification internally. Because if the party above gets sued and loses money, they need to address the problem, or they're just going to get sued again and lose money. Nobody wants that. The system is very efficient, very effective. Chile doesn't understand it. All Chile sees is judge immunity. Judge can do whatever judge wants to do. Like, that's the leap that Chile makes when he sets up all these fucking nonsensical arguments. Like, he must be really fucking high when he comes up with this shit. Or if he's just a script reader, whoever's writing the script is getting really fucking high. You know, like cocaine crazy high. Like, apparently Jeff Lloyd gets cocaine crazy high. We should put some pictures of Jeff Lloyd up, promote a little public awareness.
Any judge who made a rule here that says that I can't bring my camera in here, we would be able to sue him, but we can't because he has immunity. People always talk about police's qualified immunity. It's not police, it's judges. Judges' qualified immunity is the problem. All right, let me check my Venmo cap.
Judges' qualified immunity is the problem, because if you can't get a camera in there, it's so much harder to account for the individuals involved, including the witnesses. You know, if we can just get pictures of them, then, you know, we can harass their fucking children on school, put the fear in. It's the kind of shit that a black male mind, a black male style mindset, those are the behaviors.
Cash App and PayPal. Unbelievable to me. Just unbelievable to me. 1 second here. Yo, I got 50 more from Greg just now. Thank you, Greg. I appreciate it. I just can't believe the way these guys act and behave. So we are at, we're Linda. Thank you, Linda. I appreciate your donation. Thanks a lot, Linda. Linda's good for 50.
Wait. Chile can't believe the way the police act and behave. Bro, show me something they did that's worse, more ludicrous, and more self-aggrandizing, but backfires stupidly than you were when you were cuffed in custody, sticking your hips out, looking down at your little nub, and telling the police officer to get down on his knees and suck your dick. Like, what have the police said to you that tops that? And why haven't you shown it to us? Because that would be pretty fucking funny, Chili. If you could just show us one thing that the police said to you that's more egregious, more rude, more nasty, just show something that the police did that's more sensibility offensive than you cuffed, sticking your hips forward, looking down at your nub, and then telling a police officer who's quite a bit bigger than you to get on his knees and suck your dick. Like, do it now is what you said. You fucking weirdo. Bro, you really seem like the kind of guy that wants to get beat up. Like, wants to get beat up by a person who didn't want to beat you up, but you antagonized them that bad. Like, you strike me as a guy who doesn't just want to get beat up. You want to get a rage beating. That's what you want to get. I mean, that's what you communicate to me.
Thank you, Linda. I appreciate it. So I got 120 on PayPal. I've got 50 here. That's 170. Let me check Cash App. Cash App is what?
Holy fuck! Did Colin Scott Campbell just get into the Cash App accounts? Chili looks like his money might have just disappeared. I hope that Colin Scott Campbell just fucking robs him blind and runs.
Oh, I see. Thank you, Nicholas. Thank you, Nicholas. I appreciate that. I don't know how that can't be that. Oh, let me check again. I'm re-swiping here. I'm resetting my pay apps real quick. Let me check my Venmo, PayPal, and Cash App. I thought something came in. Let me check. Fundraiser might be over. Let me see if it said $400 in here, and I didn't have $400 in here previously. And so that means that someone. And oh, thank you so much, Miss Pope, Andrina Pope. Thank you, Andrina. Thank you, Rats. I appreciate it. Cody, thank you. I appreciate your donation. Thank you so much. Matthew, I appreciate your donation. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. Thank you so much. I appreciate it so much. It's like you guys don't understand. I want to hold these guys accountable, and I can't hold them accountable on my regular human being income. I can't. You know, it's
What are you holding them accountable for? You involved yourself in police business. They asked you to stop. You refused to stop. What are you holding them accountable for? You told the cop to get on his knees and suck your dick. It's all fucking recorded. What are you holding them accountable for? And why aren't you willing to hold yourself accountable for your own bad behaviors? I openly challenge Transparency Chili to air the 4 body cam videos that are currently available on his channel and leave them there. Account for your behavior, Mr. Transparency, because you look like fucking loon, dude. You passed fucking rabid dog. Your script sucks too, bro. Tell fucking Lloyd to lay off the coke and write coherent fucking words down.
I wish I could, but I can't. So I really appreciate you guys' support. This is a $402 fundraiser to sue the Las Vegas Metro Police Department.
Is Chili suing the cop because he refused to get on his knees and suck Chili's dick? Is that what Chili's suing for? Because that would make more sense than anything else Chili could come up with. Like, I could see in Chili logic, Chili filing a lawsuit against the police officer who is a public servant for failing to serve, air quotes, the public on demand, i.e., suck his dick. That's the only lawsuit that would make fucking sense.
Okay, so this is accidentally. Thank you, Pope. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. I super appreciate it. Oh shoot. Did that work or did that? I don't even know what that means. This is my regular job, Jenny. This is all I do. I don't do anything else. I'm just going after bad cops.
This is Chili's regular job, Jenny. Chili does not have a fucking job. There's no paycheck associated with this. There's grifting skim, but there's no paycheck. There's no subcontractors 1099 coming at the end of the year. There's no W-2 coming at the end of the year. This is not a fucking job. If the IRS looked at Chili's books, they would consider what Chili is doing to be a hobby, not a job. They would not consider Chili to be a professional, amateur. At best, he's an amateur. And I'm a fucking amateur. I'm a novice. I have better talent than he has. So, you gotta come up with a better plan, boy. Hate to lose the comedic goal, but I see you going down the fucking toilet fast. Because when these guys snatch you up, they're just going to build a case, grab you, and look at all the last we're going to see of you is you in a courtroom. We're going to be commenting about you in a courtroom. Then you're going to go away. And then a decade from now, when I'm like in my late 60s, I'll see some fucking, remember the 2020s, and it'll lead off with a 30-second blurb about Chili Decastro's flicker out of fame.
And I'm gonna change the system when I become governor. That's my real goal, is to change the actual system. The system is wrong. The system is broken. You have people in this building who have sworn uphold. So Nicholas, do you want me to refund you this? Someone sent me in a refund request. I'll gladly refund you if that's what you wanted me to do. I have a refund request here. I just want to make sure that I'm not taking anybody's money who didn't want to donate it. So I do have a refund request here. If you want me to refund this, I have no problem doing it. Just.
Did LVMP take the Sally Jesse Reds? God damn it, I just noticed that.
Tell me and I'll do it. Because it's just so humbling. You have to, I have to sit up here and, oh, is that what it is? Okay, thanks, Delete Laws Clips. So we are still on.
That's the money you told me to send under the other guy's name, Chili. You don't. We'll reverse that later. Oh, thanks, Delete Laws Clips. Didn't you just tell him instead of fuck off the live broadcast?
So we're still at about 150. No, not you, Alan. I don't know. It says it's in my Cash App. It says it's there. I know it, Rat. Tennessee's horrible. Tennessee is horrible. So y'all, listen, this is a $402 fundraiser. I'm sitting outside of the thing.
Hey, Rat, Tennessee might be horrible, but Chili ain't coming there anytime fucking soon, because Tennessee touches Ohio, and that could put Chili in jail. So, yeah, maybe you could get an e-begathon one time from him, but don't rely on him. He ain't fucking coming back.
Thank you, MCAB. Thank you so much. I super appreciate it. I'm sitting outside Las Vegas federal court building here. I have my lawsuit here to file against the Las Vegas Metro Police Department for abusing me, arresting me, and taking me to jail, and telling me that that they wanted to deter my behavior by arresting me for.
It's not a deter, it's deter. And yeah, that's exactly what they want to do. They want to deter your behavior. They don't want you doing this again. And because you broadcasted yourself doing this, they said, hey, here's an opportunity for the police to say you to the general public to promote awareness. You can't do this. See how you came at the police, Chili, with lemons and sour fucking attitude. And the police said, oh, well, let's just show the public how we deal with this type of behavior in public. And then the public can decide if they want to behave this way when they're out and about, knowing that this is the outcome of this kind of behavior. Well, nobody has any fucking excuses anymore, Chili. See how you went out to hurt them and they took it and turned it into a positive event for themselves? That Officer Bork, I don't think he went after you. I think he was aware that you know what you're doing, and I think maybe he is waiting waiting to possibly have an encounter with you. And oh, he did. And he used it. Oh, bro, I'm telling you something, Chili. Bork gonna get promoted higher than he would have if he had never met you, because of the way he interacted with you and dealt with you, because his behavior is so understanding, compassionate, by the book, and he looks like the better fucking man in that situation. In fact, his whole team of guys look great. You look like a dope. And one of the fucking dumbest fucking things you did, dude, was you told the cops that Charlie was in your vehicle and it was running, that your dog was in your running vehicle, because you thought that might help get you out of your situation. When the cops said, where's your vehicle? What kind of vehicle is it? You wouldn't fucking tell them. You wouldn't tell them. That fucking dog is just a prop, Chili. You should give it to somebody who really wants to fucking take care of it. That dog is just a fucking prop. You wouldn't tell the fucking cops what kind of car it was and where it was, because you didn't really give a fuck about the dog. You thought it was just a good excuse to get you out of that. Should have.
We're doing a First Amendment protected activity. And so because of that, I'm going to sue them. So can someone tell me okay, I got to get the flock out of here. Listen, I didn't quite reach the goal yet. I don't know if this is a real donation or not.
What? Chili's got a go-go, and he didn't get the money yet. Someone's waiting at the truck stop.
If this donation is real, then we reached the goal. If we didn't, then I don't know. But I'm running out of time, and I got to file this lawsuit. So I want to get 80 people at $5. That was my real goal here. I got to get the flock out of here. Thanks for letting me hang out. So Jeff, it's
80 people at $5. All your subscribers are fucking cell phones, fucking plugged into a wall in a click farm. How the fuck are you gonna get money from a fucking cell phone bot? Dipshit. $85 donators. Dude, $400. Get a fucking job. You used to be an executive. There's a project that if you had fucking any talent at all, because there's a demand for independent contractors. Get a fucking consulting gig, get a project, get a piece of a project. You could easily make money and work out of your fucking Honda Odyssey van if you had a talent like ability to write code. Or if you knew 3 guys that could write code and you could manage them, you could middleman that shit. Like you've never had a fucking job, Chili. You don't know how to make money. Go run along, little boy.
we're supposed to be at 200.
You didn't get your money. Run along. Walk of shame. Penniless. Pauper boy. You don't even have your red glasses anymore. Oh, Chilito. What happened?
100 or about, but we're not. There's a donation here, but someone wanted a refund, and I don't want to take anybody's money if they wanted a refund. So I'm going to wait to cash that money out. I only want people to donate who want to donate and can afford it, and they're not going to ruin their life by donating any money. You know, I don't want to take your last dollar or your lost bread dollar. I don't want that. So if you're down to your last couple bucks, don't send it to me. I'll send you a couple bucks.
No, you fucking won't, Chili.
And a lot of people in here know I'm telling the truth. If you're down to your last couple bucks, you contact me and I'll send you a couple bucks. I do.
Bro, the only person might be worse than you about ponying up what's owed or what's promised is probably fucking Dan at Welsh News Network. He'd never come through on a fucking dime.
You have no idea. Ever since I started this thing, yeah, you got to help people all the time. All right, I'm going to get the flock out of here. I'm going to go in here. I know I got to go. Thanks, guys. Talk to you guys soon. I'll see you guys on the next one. Later, Gators.
Are we interested in the beginning part that we missed?
Some things that require my attention and my time. And what's funny, here's the funny part, is let me make sure my Bluetooth is off so you guys don't have an echo. Real quick, hold on real quick. Yo, do me a favor, everybody hit the like button. Take your finger real quick and take your thumb right there, hit the like.
Dipshit did a 40-minute broadcast and never got his fucking papers filed.
Button, hit the like button. Everybody hit the like button. Just take 2 seconds and hit the like button. How you guys doing? So it's funny because, you know, what's crazy is this channel right here is growing by almost 20,000 subscribers a month.
What happened to the van? Chili's renovating the van? Were dead bodies transported? Coke run? What happened to the van? I'm saying dead body transport. This guy's fucking wacky.
This channel right here. And I don't think I've put in nearly the amount of work this month that I have in the previous months. I hate that when I put clothes and stuff back there. It looks really dirty. It's not dirty, it's just some laundry in the back, but yeah, it just doesn't look good. But anyway, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna sue Las Vegas Metro Police Department. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna sue them.
What's that Bob Dylan tune? He's only a hobo, but one more is gone. Play that next time.
I'm gonna sue Las Vegas Metro PD. I'm gonna sue Las Vegas Metro PD for $5 million. That's what I'm gonna.
What? $5 million for a fucking tricep bruise? Ladies and gentlemen, Chili Decastro. Through the looking glass, the delusion is real.
Gonna do $5 million because you know why? I want that Jesse Sandoval, who works for Las Vegas Metro Police Department, I want him fired. You're not allowed to abuse somebody because you're a pig. And that's what he did. That's the reason why I'm filing this lawsuit. I would have let this go. I would have, but I gave Bork an opportunity. I said, look, if you want to take these cuffs off me and sit down and have a public conversation about the differences between us, and he said no. Okay, fine. That was one. The second one was Jesse Saul from Las Vegas Metro Police Department jumping behind me and torturing me because he has a 1 inch long. He's got a, yeah. Sorry, Sandoval, you must, bro. I would never torture a dude who's in torture cuffs because you're not man enough to take.
Chili, why are you talking about the size of a man's penis? Because he was man enough to put you in torture cuffs, handcuffs. You fucking, you YouTube sensationalist. Chili Decastro, that lawyer in Dallas, when you tried to sue the 2 cops down there. Well, he cut you, little fucking called you a little YouTube sensationalist, pointed out every fucking thing you did wrong. Turns out you didn't do anything right. What did Eudes Lofty say? Well, if I appeal, I'm going to get a real lawyer. Said it on your fucking broadcast, bro. 5 million. 5 million because the reason you're suing for 5 million, that fucking, I got to move this video in a second. That's one of the weirdest fucking faces. He's gone. Look at that face. He's like not even fucking there. Shit. It doesn't even, it looks like a mannequin version of him. Soulless. Black, like a doll's eyes. Welsh News Network. Delete Fund says Welsh News Network is claiming they have evidence that Chili made his own brews. Yo, bro, I would take everything fucking Welsh News Network, because I'm not commenting about all the people there, but Dan, and he proved it, over here with the fucking report after report says the U.S. is the most corrupt government in the world. He just makes shit up. He just makes shit up. He's a storyteller. He's a talker. You can't take what he says as truth without fucking receipts, because I know a couple times where just bullshitted and inflated shit. So, enjoy it. It's, Welsh News Network is as much journalism as Chili Decastro is journalism. They're both entertainment venues, and, take it for what it is.
Take me on. And that's the fact of the matter, bro. You're real tough when you've never actually had to take on any other man. You never actually had to, Sandoval, you never actually had to step on the line and take on another man. And so that's part of the reason why I'm suing Las Vegas Metro Police Department. That's why I'm suing you. And that's why, and just so you know, Sorensen, Doolittle, Tory, Bork, Sorensen, you are all listed on the lawsuit in your individual capacities. Your qualified immunity, it's going to go outside your qualified immunity because you should know better. But then Bork.
No, none of them fucking care, Chili. Just like all the other people you've sued. No one fucking cares. Kate cared, it was entertaining. It was a little online fucking, radio war, channel against channel that got fucking serious. Because you're a fucking loon, Chili. You can't fucking talk about anything. You always got to make threats and shit. No one gives a fuck. No one gives a fuck if you're suing them. If you had a lawyer, they might be mildly concerned. But you talking for you in a court of law, no one is fucking worried about you. Not in the slightest.
Made up that there's First Amendment auditors, which I kind of identify myself more as a cop watcher, but I certainly do some First Amendment audits. And he said that First Amendment auditors are dropping the camera and pulling out a gun and shooting cops. And then I said, well, can you show me one example of that? And he couldn't. Bork, you're a lying piece of garbage, dude. You're trash, man, bro. You're trash. You're not a trash man. By the way, to the sanitation workers who have contacted me, I'm trying. I'm so used to calling people a garbage man, not really, and that comes from being a child. When you're a kid, you call people a garbage man.
Dude, this is a replaceable joke in your script. The garbage man, confusion, it's a put down to garbage. You've been this, you cycled, you should have replaced this joke in your shtick 3 loops ago. It's when you don't change out the modular shtick portions, the jokey parts of your shtick. It gets tired and lame. Predictable.
And because Oscar the Grouch, you're a garbage man, right? So anyway, garbage men and garbage people, women, they work very hard.
This Muppet doesn't even know the fucking Muppets. Oscar the Grouch was not a garbage man. He was a Muppet who lived in a fucking garbage can. Dude, maybe you were getting high at fucking 3, 4 years old. I think mommy might have done all this shit to you, Chili. Was it mommy? Chili? Was it mommy? You don't even have your Muppets right, Chili. What a poor child. Chili, revenge on mommy. Leave the public alone. Chili. Go talk to mommy.
Hard for their living. They work very hard for their money. Now, look, I'll be honest with you. You know, Bork, the guy who arrested me wrongfully, who charged me with interfering for simply standing there and filming, dude, I think you're gonna.
He arrested him for just standing there and filming. The police in Texas, they just arrested me for riding a jet ski after dark. They arrested me for filming. They arrested me for riding a jet ski after dark. We know you didn't get arrested for filming, Joe. You got arrested for obstruction and then an additional charge of resisting, which the officer clearly told you were only going to get a ticket if you just put your hands behind your back, because he was going to cuff you. If you didn't put your hands behind your back, you were going to get arrested. You made your choice, Chili. You chose the bad choice. You made a bad deal for yourself. You got to eat it. You take it to court, you're going to make a bad deal even worse. You start costing individual people large sums of money, Chili. That's the kind of person that just gone one day.
I mean, I think you should be held accountable. These, you know, it has to be by state constitution. Let me talk about being governor for a second. So when you're the executive, what you can do, and you can do a lot of things, anybody can bring forth a new state constitution. So the state constitution where you live, it has to be.
Holy fuck, this is lunatic fringe. Chili's going to run for governor, announcing ahead of time that his desire is to dissolve the state constitution and implement a new constitution. Bro, every business that's making money in the state will fucking contribute to the party opposing you. You will have no fucking support if you come in with a platform of, let's create chaos, and while the chaos is going down, we're going to reinvent the wheel. Go to Castro. We got a wheel already. You don't need a wheel. You don't need your little wheel with the flat spot in it either. We already got the wheel, Chili. We're not out to reinvent the wheel.
Written in the state constitution that if a cop is sued for a federal civil rights violation and found guilty, he can never be a peace officer again. What about that idea?
It's as gay as the hand gesture you just did on your face, because I'm fairly certain that under the circumstances you gave, I don't think that person would be able to be a police officer anymore. So again, you're reinventing the wheel. We don't need that.
If a copper...
It is, though, funny to watch you ramble on about your great improvement to society that society does not need nor want in any way. But you go, little choo-choo, chugga, chugga.
If a copper is convicted and loses, not even convicted, in civil court, if a copper is sued civilly for a federal civil rights violation, which would be under a U.S. Code 42. So if he is...
Code 42, blue 42, hut hut. You want to bring a criminal style punishment on a civil case. Chill. Fucking little brown shirt. Little brown. You want Hitler's little brown shirt, boys. Gonna burn the Reichstag for Jeff Coca-Man Lloyd? You gonna burn the Reichstag for Jeff Coca-Man Lloyd? Chili?
Is sued under a U.S. Code 42, which is a civil violation, versus a U.S. Code 18, which is a criminal violation. Every state constitution, your state constitution, California, Nevada, Tennessee, New York, every single state constitution has to be changed. The state constitution has to be changed. Now you know why I'm running for governor, because I understand how some.
No, if every state constitution had to be changed, you would never be able to get elected in 50 states as governor in a lifetime. So it would make more sense if you became president, and then, you know, we're above the 50 states, and then executive ordered it, which you probably want to get away with, but your way is never going to work. You have to find a top-down solution. You can't do it state by state, rewriting state constitutions. You're a fucking retard. You're reinventing the wheel. It's not broken. It works fine. It doesn't work for you because you're a malcontent and you're antisocial, and you know, you do criminal shit. It's petty, but you do criminal shit. There was a time where you were a budding, vicious little fucking thing, but you got shut down pretty fast. Thank God the police are fucking working. Thank God you got busted for the manufacture and distribution of GHB. Thank God you got arrested for that. How many fuck, without that arrest, without that beautiful piece of police work that identified you, Chili Decastro, as a malcontented, antisocial miscreant who was willing to manufacture drugs that used to be available but are no longer available to the public, that you, Chili, would step in and manufacture and facilitate the distribution of that. You're a good person. What? Really? Real? The delusion is real.
Some of these things work. I'm not going to understand everything because my knowledge is limited as we.
Bro, you don't fucking understand anything. Look at you biting on, look at that index finger. Chewing them fucking fingernails. You neurotic little fuck. You lick your lips until they're chapped and you bite your fingernails fucking painfully down, dude. Painfully. Dude, you're eating yourself. Stop it. Stop chewing at yourself. The lip licking, the fingernail biting. Stop fucking chewing at yourself. You're like a rat that can't find enough food, so you're eating yourself. It's fucking weird.
We learned from John Locke in Essays in Understanding Humanity, 1689. We learned that your knowledge and your ability to know a lot of things is extraordinarily limited. As knowledgeable as I am, I have this much knowledge in the grand scheme of the world. So,
bro, you don't have that. You don't have that much. You don't have that much. That's a lot. You don't have that much. In the grand scheme of the world. I mean, you don't have that quantity if you counted for everything you needed to know in the universe, let alone the world. You fucking dumb, Decastro. That's why when you can't figure shit out, you just make shit up to fill the gap.
Stay tuned for 1 second because we're about to have a little interaction here. We're about to have a little bit of interaction right here because...
What the fuck? Hooker on the highway. We're about to have some interaction. Hooker on the highway. Chili's driving by a truck stop. You got to roll into that truck stop. Hooker on the highway. The new series starring former Black Power Ranger Josie Marie.
These coppers have to understand. They got to understand. And I am 7 minutes from Wapner. 7 minutes from Wapner. 7 minutes from Wapner, we will begin. We will begin in 7 minutes. As soon as I get to where I got to be, we will begin why I started this live and what I'm doing here right now. I'm going to hold these filthy pigs accountable. And you know what? It's just the beginning of changing policy because their policy allowed Jesse Sandoval, pig that he is, it allowed him to jump behind me and torture me. And there was no reason for it.
Jump behind you. Hold on. Is this when he told you to spread your legs? Because I hear him saying that to you, and I'm watching the video. And then you said that he made you spread wider until your testicles dropped. My God, man, you're 48 years old and your testicles haven't dropped yet? That cop may have been helping you out. He may have understood what your fucking problem is. And then you said that he uppercutted you in the testicles. Watch that video a lot of times, dude. I hear the oral cues that you mentioned. I don't see the physical actions. And, you know, you can clearly see what's going on. I don't see the physical actions that you were talking about. So, I don't know, man. Sometimes it seems like you're just making shit up, Joe. Like maybe you don't know what happened, right? I had a bad car accident 2 years ago. I don't know. I hit my head so fucking hard, man. I don't know what happened. Came to on a spine board and a fucking ambulance. I don't know what the fuck happened. But I was walking around talking to people, according to the EMT that was present when I came to. When they got there, I was walking around conversing with people. So I don't remember any of that shit. I do know, Chili, that there doesn't have to be physical impact for the mind to, it's trauma that causes that. The idea of trauma can cause the same thing. You don't have to actually have a physical blow struck to you. Your brain can shut down from your own fucking internal pressure. Do you make these stories up, Chili, because you don't know what the fuck happened? Because if you were going to just make up a straight lie to cover something, you would stick to that lie. Your stories always, you know, they're like Play-Doh. 1 minute it's a fucking snowman, the next minute it's a fucking gingerbread cookie. Like, you never know what you fucking get. Tell the fucking truth, bro. It makes it easier.
And Sandoval, just so you know, a lot of people, you know, I tell a lot of cops I'm going to sue them. I don't sue all of them.
This is the effeminate gay stuff. Like, you can see it in his eyes, too, and the way he purses his lips. Like, he's trying to come across as feminine.
But I've sued a few cops around the country, and I would have been willing to let this one go. Had they let me go and Sandoval didn't torture me. But because of the torture and because they did what they did to me, I'm suing them. I'm suing.
Where was the fucking torture? Pain compliance, authorized pain compliance, is not fucking torture. They use it at their discretion. How the fuck are you going to sue for that? You're just a fucking time waster. But you're a megalomaniac time waster. Like, dude, if you could find a job that, you know, where you wasted other people's time, you know, like somebody would hire you to engage a person in conversation so they would miss their fucking airline flight, you could probably make good fucking money doing that, dude. Just as a fucking, you know, distraction. Chili Decastro, distraction for hire. That's why the police don't want you around. You're a fucking distraction.
I'm suing you. You're getting sued.
You a natural when it comes to distracting.
Now, you're getting sued right now. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to hold them accountable. That's all we can do. Look, I can't do what I really want to do. What I really want to do to Sandoval.
Nope, wasn't me, says in the chat. I don't know how he says he was tortured with a straight face. Chili has no shame. Nope, I'm going to go out on a limb here. Chili, despite all that we see and all that we heard, Chili thinks he's the hero. Chili thinks that, you know, the whole get down on your knees, suck my dick, Chili thinks he's speaking truth. Like, Chili doesn't see where any of that is wrong. Nope, I think Chili was tortured. Again, it's not a physical torturing. It's a kind of a panicked mental descent, not a mental ascent into a higher understanding. It's a mental descent where you slip into kind of a more instinctual beast kind of behavior and thinking. I think Chili was tortured. I think it's psychological torture for Chili. I do think that in Chili's mind, not in reality, in Chili's mind, those handcuffs are torture because they remind him that he's not what he says he is. He keeps telling these cops they would never be able to get handcuffs on him, and there he is, fucking handcuffed. So the torture is these interactions expose the fraud that Chili is. They literally destroy the fucking mythos of Decastro, who he did have a little bit of mythos in the beginning, but it's just been fucking shattered. He fucked it up when he hit Kate. The shit with Kate fucked up Chili's mythos because he'll never be seen because of what happened with Kate. No matter whose fault it is, in the long run, Chili Decastro will always be seen as a piece of shit. Because that Memorial Day incident with Kate really is when the public at large, everybody who's, knows about Chili Decastro at this point in time, a huge portion of that set of people became aware of Chili at the Memorial Day parade where he, the whole copsucker routine, and then he went after, he's fucking talking shit to people's kids, and then he went after Kate. I mean, that's the trifecta of douchebaggery. You put your hands on a woman, you're talking shit to other people's children, and you're fucking trying to use the police as a weapon against someone who's saying things you would rather not hear. I mean, that Memorial Day incident with Kate, really, Chili will never get fucking past that. He'll never be able to win a lawsuit. You'll never be able to get past the fact. Even if you won a fucking lawsuit, you put your hands on a woman, you were talking shit to other people's kids, and you were trying to use the police as a club to beat a speaker. Like, you're fucked, dude. No one's going to elect you. You should run as a fucking Maoist. You should, if you want to get elected, start the fucking Maoist party, because that's the only group of people that's going to be like, yeah, we understand the ends justify the means. You should have done those things. You should have been more brutal. It would have been more efficient. That's the only fucking mindset that's going to fucking elect you for anything political, Chili. Because everybody else is well aware of the fact that you're a dog that bites the hand that feeds. And you never bite yourself because you ain't the hand that feeds yourself. It's always someone else that's feeding you. Begging again. Well, I'm going to file a civil rights lawsuit against you right after I beg my listeners to donate the filing fee. Anyone who's afraid of the shit you say, Chili, should fucking really retreat from society and find a warm, secluded place to enjoy their life. You fake fucking 100% totally fake. With that said, I got to start getting ready for work. We will come back tomorrow afternoon. We'll be back again. We got there's a lot of Chilito, the Dopestro shit to fucking go through. I will, in this broadcast, mark the time We're around the 17, 18-minute mark on this video. I might pick up with this because he's just talking fucking seriously dumb. All right, kids, I got to go. I do not have an outro tune loaded up, so I am just going to, I do believe that I should do my background. Oh, I can do my, yeah, I can figure this out. Stick with me. Watch me botch my, watch me botch my show. Yeah, I could do it. I could play only the audio file and put the graphic up in the browser, but I'd rather just say goodbye. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for being with me today. Once again, many, many thanks to Arty's Corporate Fiction. If you're not aware of Arty's Corporate Fiction, probably new to YouTube or you don't get around much anymore. Check out Arty's Corporate Fiction. He's a funny dude, and he has some cool shit to say. Give him a like if you like a video you watch. Give him a sub if you're interested in his material. And if you're over there, just drop a note, codedfriend.001. Says thank you for your generosity. And tag it with an NTFG. Tag my NTFG. Like if you're, I want to see my NTFG show up in Chili's chat. Drop some NTFGs if you're over there. And anywhere else you want to put it. I gotta go. Yeah, I gotta make a burger and some fries before I go. Hungry for a hamburger. All right, that's it. All right, and everybody's probably going. I should have just ended it. Oh. All right, I'm out of here. Later for you.